Taking all bets. What will be released first? The Epstein files or the UFO files?
I think they'd rather release the UFO files than ever release the Epstein files.
Listeners,
Imagine.
if you think the UFO files will be released first, donate $5 to our Patreon. Listeners, if you think the Epstein files will be released first, donate $10 to our Patreon.
And I'll create a Patreon account right after this.
Yeah, I mean, that was an elaborate joke. We do not have a Patreon.
No, we do not. Maybe we should. I don't know. It's just it's more work, you know.
Yeah.
Like imagine if there's like only 2 or 3 people, and then we're uploading episodes for those. I mean, bless their heart if they're paying. You know what I mean? It'll
Sure.
I'm just saying the opportunity cost there. But if that's what it is, that's what it is. Honestly,
Right.
Who was I listening to that was uploading for just one person in their Patreon? It's a big account. Oh, it's a higher side chat. I mean, he's got subscriptions, lots of subscriptions, but he goes, there's one Patreon guy and he uploads videos just for him.
Nice. I mean, we don't have a bunch of extra content that we can siphon off on the side.
Exactly. Nor do we have the time to sit there and clip them and anything like that, you know?
No, we don't.
I wonder if we can find someone on Fiverr to do that. I haven't checked actually, just to go through and clip, do some clips, and then
do people still use Fiverr?
Yeah, I mean, it's not $5 obviously anymore.
Sure.
Right. I mean, you do find that, but it's extremely limited on the activity they do. But yeah, I mean, it's still really talented people on there. Honestly, we used to use some voiceovers from there before AI.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's so sad. I don't want to contribute to the whole AI takeover thing. You know, it's sad actually.
Neither do I.
Yeah, so we try as much as we can to always use human talent.
As much as possible, except for our theme music.
That's understandable, though. You know, I mean,
it's handwritten by a human, me.
Right. The spark is a human.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to play that, or do you want to introduce ourselves first?
All right. So no, let's introduce ourselves first, and then before we start the episode, we can play. Play some music.
This is the Uncovering Anomalies podcast. That is Adam. I have a need to know, Adam. Excuse me.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Don't mix it up.
And I am Topher. Never been to Epstein Island. And
you haven't?
Nope, never, not once.
Well, you can then rest assured, you can run for office without having any blackmail.
Yeah, right. They'll find a way.
I know they always find a way. Of course.
What a time we were living in, going like with all this Epstein stuff going on. They're talking about pardoning Ghislaine right now. I mean,
I know, and that she answered all of our questions, and they're making her sound like she's some hero or something. Like she is a criminal. I mean, it's unbelievable how this government is.
Yeah, I mean, and they're just gonna get away with it too. That's the most frustrating part.
Diddy got away with it, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Slap on the hand. I mean, people did call it, and they were right. It's just a sick system, dude. Sick system. Powerful. The most powerful people are just, perverted psychopaths.
Yep, they just love raping those kids.
Yeah, and maybe that links to MIB a little bit. You know what we're talking about today, because no one knows who they are or what they are. Are they government agents? Are they aliens trying to protect their own kind? Is it something else, like some separate group that wants to keep this experiment running smoothly, without us becoming conscious of aliens or NHI? Who knows?
Very, very almost perfect segue there. Yeah, we are talking about the Men in Black and what is their purpose? What are they doing? What do they want? Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite subjects. They are super creepy, super weird, and every story about them it has no conclusion. There's no ending. It's just all weird. It's just weird from top to bottom.
It is, and many I would say like fictions or movies try to weave their narrative in there, like the Matrix with the agents, right? With Agent Smith and those guys. Those are like the Men in Black. Well, I mean, they're not wearing. No, they are wearing black suits.
Yeah,
But
they are wearing
yeah,
black. No, I mean,
yeah,
I think that's a pretty good. No, I think that's a pretty good pull. I mean, obviously, you've got the Men in Black movies that tries to make them into the good guys that are protecting
comedy.
us lowly humans from aliens integrating into our system.
Right.
But it kind of doesn't seem to like it, based on everything that we've heard from witness testimony, it doesn't really seem to be that way. They're not the
Yeah.
Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones
No.
protecting
No.
us. Quite the opposite. They're here to
Yeah.
creep us out. Like it seems like their
Exactly.
only purpose. Like every time someone's like, "Yeah, Men in Black came to my door," it's always this weird, bizarre story.
Yeah.
Can I
Exactly.
have some salt? Like it's just weird, weird stuff that makes no sense.
And they don't look very human, and they're
No, they don't.
skinny, and like some they float, they walk funny. Who's oh yeah, and remember, yeah, of course, the series Fringe. They're in there as well in their
Yes.
own way, right? In
Yes, they
that
are.
world,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Fringe, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. The Men in
yes,
Black play a very significant role in the story, especially in the later seasons.
right,
Um,
right.
but in that show, well, should I spoil it? I mean, that show's pretty old
Uh,
at this point.
exactly, right. I mean, it would still make it worth watching it. I mean,
It's I'm not
yeah,
okay, then I won't spoil it. Go ahead and watch that show. It is really good. I mean, you've got mix of like X-Files and some other stuff in there, but it is really, really good.
yeah, agreed. That's such a great show. Well written, great acting, great
Oh,
production.
great
I mean,
acting.
yeah, really good acting. I loved every single one of them. Were great actors. I mean, the main guy is from Lord of the Rings.
I know, I'm blanking on his
Yeah,
name too. He plays the mad scientist character.
yeah, yes, exactly. He's perfect for that role. All
He really is. He does a great job.
right, cool. So I guess let's get into it. Let's listen to one of the songs. I don't know if you remember it, but it's definitely you have a
Ooh,
nice
you're
list of songs here.
pulling an old
So
one. All right, let's go.
Your door goes creak, you cannot speak. Safety you do seek, is that a freak? No! Oh God, no! It's elemental for with a brand new episode of their incredible conspiracy show. It's called the UAP podcast, don't you know? Uncovering mysteries, anomalies from the present and past. Whoa, oh, oh, is that a blacked out SUV? Oh no, oh man, they're here for me. Tune in every week to get the lowdown. We'll never leave you with a frown. Your door goes creak, you cannot speak, you cannot speak. Safety you do seek, is that a freak? No! Oh God, no! Oh God, no! It's elemental for with the brand new episode. Oh, 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 oh. Is that a black talk for with the brand new episode of Eric Conspiracy Show? It's incredible conspiracy show. Uncovering mysteries, anomalies from the present and past. Whoa, oh, oh. Is that a blacked out SUV? Oh no, oh man, they're here for me.
well, you have the MIB in that as well. That
So
song.
I was gonna say there's two things there. One, this is really fitting for the MIB show.
Yeah.
And two, if you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like you and I are walking up to someone's door and abducting them.
Oh yeah. A little misunderstanding there.
But man, yeah, that's from the deep
One of the first
archive.
ones. Yeah, exactly. One of the first ones you did.
I love
Um
it.
are you still subscribed to
I,
Suno?
I am, and I'm still trying to write rap. This week at work was completely nuts. I've had no time to do any of that.
I get it. Totally get it, man.
Yeah,
That's priorities are where our income lies.
yeah, exactly. Got to keep the roof over my head and the bread on my table.
Yes. And
So
our
let's
internet.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need that to do the show. So let's start here. Who are the real Men in Black? Depending on whom you ask, the Men in Black (MIB) are either another nutty UFO conspiracy, or they are part of a secret government agency designed to prevent the public from learning about UFOs.
Yes.
The Men in Black always appear unannounced, are usually clad in black business suits, and warn people to give up on their research into UFOs or face dire consequences. In many cases, the Men in Black have also seen aliens. The Men in Black have also seen aliens. Okay, and some accounts they are aliens themselves or some form of quote unquote demonic supernaturals.
I wonder if there's some kind of like not archon. What is that? What Young, that philosopher, and um archetype. I wonder if they're like an archetype, of keepers of secrets and controllers of society. I mean, like I don't know if it's a modern thing, just like how UFOs are not really a modern thing.
Well,
I never looked into the past
mm,
actually.
okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say yes and no. I mean, yes, they are now.
Right.
Who knows where that? Well, I mean, hopefully we cover it during the show, like where the archetype originally
Yeah.
started.
Yeah. Right. I think it's in
Um,
here too.
yeah, but it is an interesting question for sure.
Yeah. All right, but why would the government want to suppress information about UFOs? As the theory goes, it's because aliens are closer to us than you think. They might actually be everywhere. And if ordinary citizens realized just how real the threat was, there would be a mass panic and a breakdown of the social order. Yep, same argument as usual.
Yeah, I was gonna say here we go again with that argument.
Yeah,
I,
right.
I don't know. I don't know if I buy that.
Me neither. Oh no, reality. It's just
That's just the government excuse as to why they don't tell us anything.
yeah. Oh no, objective truth. I don't want that. I mean, they always say that people really want to be lied to. Maybe I don't know.
Keep me in my
We
safe
wouldn't.
bubble.
Right, exactly. Some folklorists, however, claim that the whole idea of men in black is itself a form of mass panic or of psychological drama, quote unquote, due to suggestibility and a willingness to believe. Others,
Hold on.
however,
Sorry, really quick. I want to stop really quick and
yeah,
touch on this subject because this is something I'm pretty passionate about.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on mass panic? Do you know what that is?
I
Have you heard
mean, they
or
tell us
or
stories about it, like
or
like
or the other term is mass hallucination
yeah, mass hallucination. I mean, what's the famous case? The Salem witch hunt. That they say that was
or,
mass hallucination, right?
or mass
That's
panic?
mass panic. That's the classic thing they use. COVID, they tried that argument too. What's that guy? He wrote a book about it called Mass Hypnosis Psychosis or something like that. And he said that's what COVID was. Basically blaming the media by putting everyone into fear of something that they shouldn't fear that much
Yeah,
from.
I guess from that angle, I can totally understand. I was thinking more, like so. For instance, I'm thinking of there was the UFO incident in Florida.
Mhm.
You
Ah,
know,
yeah, the mall one.
well, sure that one too, but I mean, they. I'm thinking about the one that happened in the '80s. We've touched on
Oh, yeah, yeah, at the school.
no.
Not that one?
It doesn't matter. We'll cover it on the show eventually. But basically, they're saying everyone who's seen this UFO is suffering from mass
Hallucination.
hallucination, which
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean, that's such a. I don't know. To me, that just rings as like a bullshit like
Yeah.
use. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And I think this
But
author is just laying out what people are
no, no,
saying
no.
these could be.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, it really pisses me off when people go like, "Yeah, I've seen him, Men in Black. I've dealt with the Men in Black," and they go, "Ah, mass hallucination.
Right, you're
You're
hallucinating things.
hallucinating with the
Yeah.
rest of them." That makes no. I mean, truth be told, I haven't been around a lot of people on hallucinogens, but I've never shared their, what they're
No,
hallucinating.
people I mean, that's a good point. When people take hallucinogenics, they rarely share a hallucination. The
Rarely
hallucinations
or ever, because
probably ever. I mean, I don't want to say ever like
no, I
100%
understand.
not, you know what I mean?
Got to
But
keep yourself
99,
safe.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
99% of people do not share a hallucination. Something like, holy shit, I saw this and I experienced this. The other guy's like, well, I saw this and I experienced that. Something very different.
yeah.
So it's a very good point.
All right.
Dreams are not shared as well. All right.
Right, exactly.
All right. Others, however, insist the Men in Black are part of a real government agency designed to prevent the public from learning the truth about UFOs. They also insist that their experiences are real and that anyone who thinks they're crazy is merely a tool of government propaganda and manipulation. Yep. I mean, those are most of the excuses
Yeah,
around this
it always
subject.
is.
Yeah.
They have not changed the playbook for many decades.
No. At the moment, there's no way to definitively declare whether the men in black are real or not. I mean, that's not true. There are videos and pictures of these men.
Yeah, I really hope we have the video of the Men in Black entering that. I think it's a
Yeah.
hotel.
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, 'cause that's a really fun video.
Because they are part of a secret government agency, they may not have entirely kept the secret, but they've prevented any conclusive evidence of their existence from leaking out to the public.
As the dust settled from World War II and the USA launched into a Cold War with Russia, paranoia and conspiracies spread throughout the land.
Ooh,
In this
the
climate of
conspiracies.
high tension suspicion arose the first mass sightings of united unidentified flying objects, UFOs, in American history. The first known report of a mysterious stranger showing up and warning someone not to talk about the UFO encounters was
Yeah.
in 1947. Didn't something happen that year?
Yeah, Roswell did, but we did also the Maurice Island, which is what this is, Howard Dahl. We did a show on that. So
I
we
really
will
wish
also.
I really wish you had approached it a little bit more like 1947. What? Anyway.
Sorry, man. Sometimes those things go over my head.
It's all right. Encounters was in 1947 with Howard Dahl, covered in item 3 below. Since then, there have been countless reports where people who've claimed to have witnessed aliens say that they were subsequently visited by men in black suits who warned them to keep quiet about their experience.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very, I mean, man, UFO stories are so weird. It's not just the fact that they say, "Hey, don't talk about this." They come
Right.
in and they do weird stuff in your house, and then they tell you.
Exactly. I mean, and they everyone who encounters them is freaked out. Everyone. And
Yeah.
that's their purpose. Their purpose is to creep you out and freak you out and
There
then
are
tell
so
you.
many good Men in Black stories. Like I remember uh this one lady was saying, you know, she was compelled to invite these Men in Black into her house, and she saw that they had wires sticking out of their socks going up their pant leg.
What?
Yeah, it's just they're so weird, man.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. That is hilarious. Like yeah, it's like they do it on purpose. Just put
Just
things.
mess with us.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know about this paragraph here, but writer John Sherwood claims that his friend Gray Barker concocted the myth, which is not true, of the Men in Black in
Yeah.
a 1956 book called "They Knew Too Much About Flying Saucers." I actually downloaded this book. It's a really good book. The guy is into UFOs, you know, and he was actually a writer for the Saucerian and I think Fate magazine as well. So he was friends with Bender, and Bender was contacting for him to join the IFSB, is that what it's called? International.
Yes.
To join, and then he just stopped, and that's why he wrote the book. There's other cool, really cool UFO stories in that book. I love these 50s book. Anyway, so Sherwood swears that Gray came up with the theory as a joke, similar to rumors of how L. Ron Hubbard invented Scientology as part of a bet with another science fiction writer as to whether he'd be able to invent a successful religion. Whether or not Sherwood's story is true, it's not. This still doesn't account for the fact that Howard Dahl's report of a Men in Black sighting predates Barker's alleged hoax exactly by almost a decade. All right. There's currently no way to establish. Here, we can start with the stories.
Ooh, this is a really fun one. Okay, number 1, the real MIB agent who made a coin disappear as a scare tactic.
What?
Dr. Herbert Hopkins was working as a consultant on a UFO case in Maine. One evening, he received a phone call from someone saying to be an activist in the UFO community, asking him if he could visit Hopkins to discuss the case. Only minutes later, the man arrived. Yeah, how fun is that?
What?
Yeah, this is a really, man, I love the Men in Black. They're so creepy and weird. They make no sense.
Only minutes later he arrived.
Yeah.
Wait, what year was this?
God, I think this was really early on. I
60s,
think this was the
right?
50s.
Yeah.
But imagine that. Imagine you're sitting at home, you know, you're like, you're a regular guy, but you're also helping out. You're helping your buddy out on this UFO case. You get a phone call like, "Hey, you know, I'm interested to talk to you about your UFO case. Do you mind if we speak for a few minutes?" And you go, "Yeah, sure." And then Ding ding. Like
Boom.
your doorbell rings and there's a guy there.
Oh, dude.
And listen to this description. The man was wearing a black suit and a black tie and had very unusual facial appearances with no hair or eyebrows
Oh, great.
and an extremely pale figure. Hopkins' dog began barking erratically. Good dog.
Yes.
The minute the man entered the home. Don't let them in. This is like vampires.
Oh, shit.
After the bizarre visitor was finished questioning him about the UFO case, the visit got even stranger. Here's how it went according to the website The Night Sky.
Holy shit. That's so
The
scary, man.
MIB the MIB informed Hopkins that there were 2 coins in Hopkins' pocket, which was correct, and asked him to remove one. Hopkins complied and held the coin, a shiny new penny, in the palm of his hand. The MIB told Hopkins to watch the coin closely. After a few moments, the coin took on a silvery appearance and then appeared to be going out of focus. It then began to fade and eventually disappeared altogether.
No, dude.
The MIB, I have an extra tidbit about this once I'm done reading
Okay,
this.
yeah. Add where you can.
The MIB informed Hopkins that the coin would never be seen on this plane again.
Oh,
He
God.
then, okay, so it is in here. He then inquired as to whether Hopkins was familiar with the alleged UFO abductee Barney Hill.
Oh, this is linked to Barney Hill.
Yes, this is what I was getting at.
What?
Hopkins replied that he had heard of Barney Hill, but was under the impression that he had died not in the not too distant past. The MIB informed Hopkins that was correct. Barney didn't have a heart, said the
What?
MIB, just like you no longer have a coin.
No way, dude.
It should be
freaky.
noted that Barney Hill actually died of a cerebral hemorrhage.
Okay, all right.
The MIB then gently suggested that Hopkins destroy any material he had related to the UFO case. Yeah, this is why I was really excited about this, because this guy, he goes, hey, do you know Barney Hill? Do you know how Barney Hill died? This is how he died. And
Oh, wow.
obviously he was lying, but I mean, this guy Hopkins, he had no idea.
No, he had no idea. Wait, and how did they know he had 2 coins in his pocket? Exactly 2 coins.
Yeah, very weird. Yeah. Hopkins, extremely shaken by the encounter, followed the advice of the man and burned all the files related to the case.
Whoa. It
I mean,
works.
yeah, no, straight up, like that is the most terrifying thing I've ever heard of. I mean, if that happened to me, I'd be like, "You want me
Oh,
to
hell
burn
yeah.
what? I'll burn
Yeah,
I'll burn my TV. Sure. You want me to burn my bed?
just
Okay.
don't come back here again,
Yeah,
man.
please don't ever come back here. I don't ever want to see your face again. You weird hairless person."
No eyebrows and pale. I mean, is it usually no eyebrows? I mean,
Honestly, that's the thing about Men in Black is it varies every single time. Like people have talked about, they have one eyebrow, they've got bushy eyebrows, they have no eyebrows. Like
Okay, all right.
it makes no sense.
And why would a government agent shave his eyebrows? You know what
Right.
I mean,
I think. Okay, hold on. Let me finish this really quick.
okay.
While he had repeated phone troubles after, the phone company said his line had been tampered with, able to tap it. He never saw the man again.
Hmm.
I think a lot of the early Men in Black stuff was government agents being like, "What'd you see? You didn't see anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Let me show you the gun on my waistband. Are you
Yeah.
sure
Air
you
Force
saw
guys.
something?"
Right.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of this stuff mixed in. You know, there's that whole wooey wooey thing where like the aliens see, oh, hey, these humans respond to people in black suits and they get scared of them. So let's appear as people in black suits. But aliens
Oh,
kind of
yeah. Maybe.
suck at like stuff. They suck at being human, and so they just
Right.
come off as super
Yeah.
weird.
So they're copying basically government agents to show power and to intimidate us because they
Right.
know that that's who runs human society or civilization.
Exactly.
So they come in that form,
Right.
just to make it easier and for people not to question like who are you or show me some credentials or any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
That even makes it scarier.
It really does, man.
The doctor threatened by the Men in Black and told to stop his UFO research. I think this is about Bender. Yeah. Dr. Albert K. Bender was a well-written and extremely intelligent researcher who founded the International Flying Saucer Bureau, or IFSB. He was only in his 30s I think early 30s when he did this. So yeah, he was very accomplished.
So there's still time for me, is what you're saying.
Yes, there is. For me, no, it's over for me. It's all downhill.
No,
And
let's form our
kidding.
own UFO society.
All right, so you really want to invite these guys, huh? What do you want to
Well,
call it?
actually,
You know
yeah. I
what?
mean,
Let's revive it and call it the International Flying Saucer Bureau.
we should call it the International Flying Sausage Bureau.
The Sausage Bureau. Okay, yeah, just to hide
Just
behind it.
yeah, you gotta hide it.
In 1955, his research was about to yield serious fruit as he prepared to unveil a paper that would prove the US government had, to one degree or another, covered up proof of UFOs. He planned to publish his findings in the Space Review. That was until he was visited by the Men in Black. Bender claims that 3 men dressed in all black visited him at his home and warned him against pursuing the topic of UFOs any further. The men left Bender scared for his life, and he immediately shut down all his research and the Flying Saucer Bureau. Many people who knew him claimed that Bender was a changed man after this encounter. His later works were rambly, almost unreadable, and he seemed to live his life in constant anxiety and terror. He purported to still receive mysterious phone calls with nobody on the other end until the end of his life in 2002. What?
So Bender was quite the character. I feel like I'm half remembering what I'm about to say correctly, but
Yeah.
here we go. It wasn't just that he got visited by these men in black. He was seeing orbs in his apartment. He'd go to the movie theater and there were like little creepy men sitting at the end of the aisles, like staring at him with red eyes. But if I remember correctly, he ended up living old and happy life. He died.
Yeah, I mean
he ended up managing like a hotel or something. Like he did
Oh,
okay.
nice. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, and he did write a book about his experiences. I think this goes more into Bender because it's CT Post. So I guess it happened in Bridgeport, which is in Connecticut. Which is funny because they're saying, what do they call MIB?
Mid.
Made in Bridgeport.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, which works out. So he was born in Pennsylvania. All right. Finally, Bender
Yeah,
dug
he was
his
a timekeeper at a scissor factory, if I remember correctly.
a timekeeper. Yeah, look at good memory. Filled his living spaces with chiming clocks, 20 chiming clocks. Interesting. All right. So where's it start?
But
Albert,
Bender was like a horror nerd before that was even a thing. Like he had, again, I'm probably misremembering half of this, but he would dress up his attic so it looked like a horror show, like a horror movie or something. And like he'd invite his coworkers over and stuff like that. Like he was an odd duck. Don't get me wrong.
all right.
Yeah.
But they said he was highly intelligent. All right, this doesn't have too much, but this says that strange phone calls, telepathic messages, ill health, and UFO sightings over southern Connecticut. Albert repeatedly felt he was being watched, but the worst phenomenon was the odor filling his attic, the stench of burning sulfur. There's a sulfur thing again.
Yep. Here we go.
It's weird. Maybe that's how they go through different dimensions, or when they pop in and pop out. It must be something.
There's just something about the smell.
Yeah, or maybe that's how they smell. So Bender prompted readers to memorize and silently recite a letter he penned.
This is also really fun. So his magazine was on the verge of being canceled. Again, I'm paraphrasing and only half remembering this correctly. His magazine was on the verge of being canceled. So he wrote to all of his readers, "Hey, look up at this time on this date, and we're going to pray to the heavens to not get canceled."
Oh, whoa.
And it worked. That's the thing.
Dude, that's amazing.
See, that's what that paragraph was saying right there.
And Bender's message did not go over well in July 1953. So this is after the message? So after they did the pray, after they prayed?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All of them were dressed in black clothes. They looked like clergymen, but wore hats similar to Hamburg style. The notorious Men in Black, always in threes, made it clear to Bender that he was to cease all UFO work before departing the MIB confiscated copies of Space Review, and in their wake, a yellow mist appeared. And once again, the odor of sulfur.
He got crop dusted.
Oh my God. Well, that writer Barker, he said in his book that basically Bender, he finally understood it or something. Like after obsessing for a long time, he like stood up in bed and finally he understood the answer. Anyway, but that we'll get to that interview. Actually, Barker can tell us.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah, so Barker wrote that book 1962. See, he wrote it himself. A decade after his own brush with aliens, Bender chronicled his strange story in a surreal book entitled Flying Saucers and the Three Men.
Three wise men.
Yeah, Three Wise Men.
Whoa. Weird connection here. What if those three wise men that visited Christ Jesus when he was born, what if those were men in black? Men in black.
There we go. I mean, yeah, what I didn't do is look into the past. I mean, maybe that's something we could do is try to see, especially the whole clergyman thing. I mean,
I would love to do a whole episode on UFOs and aliens of the past.
And antiquity. Yeah, those are hard. There's not that many, I think. I mean, according to Dolan says.
There's a lot.
But Dolan says not that many that can be corroborated, is what he said.
Right. Like, I mean, because you're dealing with hieroglyphs. I mean, you can only take that so far.
Right, and historians weren't really a big thing. I mean, there were Greek historians, and they wrote about some as well. There's one in Egypt, I think, that happened, that was recorded by Egyptians, and but on hieroglyphs as well.
Yeah, well, and there's also the one where the two. What was it? I've talked about it on the show before, where the two Roman armies were about to fight, and then a great flaming shield fell out of the sky and told them not to fight. Yeah, I mean,
even Alexander the Great, he was helped on many battles by anomalous things. So
and the founding of Constantinople, I mean, that was all due because what's his name saw a flying cross in the sky.
Yeah, exactly, cross, and that's what gave him. That was the vision that said that he has a divine right and to do this, to make it the Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah, exactly. So number 3, the Maury Island incident. Maury.
I mean, we can. I will link our episode to this if anyone wants to go on a deep dive.
We probably don't have to go all through this again. We have covered this though.
Yeah, we have it, and it is a quick one. The guy took him to a diner, if I remember correctly, and sat him down and told him, don't say anything about this event. And he came out and said, yeah, I hoaxed it all after that meeting. And then later on, said why he said it was a hoax, because he was just scared. He was scared off.
Yeah. So this one has been bugging the internet for a very, very long time. I remember seeing this picture as a child. For those of you listening and not watching, what this picture is, it's a girl sitting in a field, looks like the picture's being taken like up a hill, or she's on a hill or something. Right. And there's some sort of spaceman in the background. Most people think this has been debunked. They say it's just the wife with some sort of weird hat on, I think is the current debunking.
Uh-huh.
But the guy who took the picture said I can't remember if he said it was just him and his daughter, or he said it was him and his daughter and his wife was in a completely different direction.
All right, let's see if we can find out.
Jim Templeton was shocked to discover this figure in the background of a photo of his daughter. The figure. Yeah, there's a typo.
The figure.
The figure was not in the camera's view when he took the photo, and nobody had any idea where it came from. The film was verified as authentic by Kodak. Are they still around?
Kind of. They keep going to bankruptcy and then coming up with new solutions. But
nice.
Yeah.
Templeton's story went public. Not long after, he was visited by two, quote unquote, government agents who referred
oh God, please,
who referred to themselves as number 9 and number 10.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
I am number 9. This is my partner. He's never told me his name. Oh, wait, you said your name is number 10. Holy shit. 10. What a coincidence. I'm number 9 and you're number 10. Anyway, they demanded to see the site of the photo and questioned Templeton about the event. When Templeton told them he didn't see the figure personally, the men became angry and stormed out of the field, never to be seen again. Templeton was later contacted by 2 employees at a missile launch pad in Australia who
Really?
claimed that they saw 2 figures that resembled the man in his daughter's photo on a launch pad security
What?
footage. That's crazy.
That's hilarious.
Apparently, the missiles at that site in Australia had been produced only 20 miles away from the field where Templeton took the photo.
No shit.
That's a really fun connection.
Yeah, really fun connection. Look at that guy. Dude, totally looks like an astronaut. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the whole argument there is that it looks like some sort of time traveling cosmonaut that's going
right.
and like just the last sentence we read there where they're going, they want to see where the missiles originated from and they're going to the launch pad, like they want to see the whole.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
Yeah, completely. What's this? Guns no good against aliens. Paul Miller was returning home after a hunting trip. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. When they saw a luminous disc in the sky. The disc landed in an empty field, and 2 humanoids emerged from the craft. Miller fired his gun at them and believed to have injured one when he fled down a rural road in his car. However, in that moment, he realized he had lost time. It was almost 3 hours later than when he first encountered the craft. He shrugged it off and went back to his Air Force job the next day.
Just a normal night working for the Air Force. I mean, if you shoot something, don't you go and look and see like what you don't go,
he ran away.
It, and then gotta go. And then going to work the next day. Look at the time. Gotta get the kids into bed.
It is really bizarre. Really bizarre. However, upon entering work, he was immediately confronted by 3 men in black suits. They told him that they had his file, between quotes. Despite having told nobody about the event, the men said that they, quote, knew all about it.
You shot one of us in the leg, you bastard.
Exactly.
Of course we know all about it.
And mentioned that the encounter, maybe it's their FBI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And mentioned that the encounter would be best forgotten, Paul says. Paul says, they seemed to know everything about me, where I worked, my name, everything else, Miller said. They also asked questions about his experiences as if they already knew the answers. Miller, terrified, did not come forward about his experience until years later.
Yeah. So here's number 6. Radio personality harassed by journalists for talking about UFOs. I can't think of a better term to put into quotes than journalists.
Yeah, seriously.
Journalism is so dead these days.
Yeah, you can't believe anything you read.
No. And all they do is just they'll take a tweet out of context and post that, and that's their title. Oh, God. Sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, if you don't hate journalists, hate them. If you hate journalists, you don't hate them enough. They're the scum of, they're paparazzi at this point.
I mean, exactly. I was just going to say, I mean, because they don't really interview anyone. They just go on Twitter and see what those people are saying.
Yeah.
And that could be taken out of context. Why don't you just ask the person the question? So they don't do that anymore.
They don't do anything. I don't like journalists. Right. I call them journos.
Journos.
Danny Gordon was a radio personality who became interested in a flurry of the Wythe County UFO sightings. Multiple people across the county claimed to have seen bizarre objects in the sky, and Gordon decided to investigate.
Nice.
Here's a real journalist.
Yeah.
Gordon became obsessed with getting photos of the objects. Get me photos of Spider-Man. Including one time where an entire school bus of students saw the UFOs flying over a shopping mall as Gordon took photos. Eventually, Gordon snapped a few photos at extremely close range that allegedly verified that they were not of this world. Wow.
No shit. I don't know about this case.
Yeah, I don't either. However, strange things began happening to Gordon. Yeah, well, sorry, buddy. You got too close.
I got sirens, so I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. He received a phone call from a man who claimed to be ex-military, that's in quotes, and warned him that his research could, in quotes, cost him everything, and urged him to stop for, in quotes again, his family's sake. Gordon was also, in quotes, interviewed by 2 men in black suits who claimed to work for a magazine publication. Not long after the interview, Gordon realized all his photos were missing. He contacted the
course.
magazine for exactly. He
Bizarre.
contacted the magazine for information, and they claimed to have never heard of him, much less commissioned an article about him. This is what the Men in Black do. And then
What
it
the
continues,
fuck?
it gets even worse. Not long after, Gordon suffered a heart
Aw.
attack, and his doctor warned him that all the research and stress was jeopardizing his health. His doctor's a Men in Black.
Yeah,
Gordon
seriously.
gave up the story and was never bothered again.
Dude, do you remember there was a it's about aliens? Oh God, what the not Fallen or now I'm forgetting the actress. She's famous. She's got red hair. She lost her son, and the thing is, she knew the story of how her son was lost, right? The true story, but
Mhm.
everything around her changed, including pictures and memories that people around her have. But for some reason, her memories were not affected. So she could still remember the old story, and she tries throughout the whole movie trying to wake people up to it, and then
Oh my God! Yes, yes. It's
forgotten or something.
is it called The Forgotten? Yes, I just watched that movie a couple months ago.
Oh my
Very they like it's her son and
yeah,
the other like one of the other guys, his daughter.
right.
They died in an air crash going on to like do a soccer thing or something.
Yes, that's what it was. Soccer
Yeah.
team, yeah, or a football. Yes, yeah, some team.
Yeah, and they're desperately trying to figure out, and like people keep getting abducted and shot into the sky. Oh,
Yes, dude,
I think it is called The Forgotten. That movie
or
is fantastic.
I know. I'm sure it's hopefully it has good reviews because I love that movie, and I'm sure it didn't do well in the box office. It might have.
No, it did. Is it Jodie Foster? Is that her name?
No, no, no. What else has she been in? She's got freckles, red hair.
Yeah,
Um,
a little bit
yeah,
older now. I mean, not in a
right,
bad way. I'm just saying.
right, yeah. So that just reminds me of this. Raven just forgot, he even worked
Yes.
with them, and
No,
like,
I think that's a really good pull, dude.
I mean, do they have that? That means they could really control this
Julianne,
reality.
you were right. It's The Forgotten. It's Julianne Moore, by the way.
Julianne Moore, yes, of course, yeah, she's a great actress.
Very, very good movie. I highly recommend it if you want to be scared and just terrified because your whole life can be completely rewritten.
Yeah, that's so scary.
The
Anyway,
other one I was thinking about was The Bureau with Matt Damon.
yep, that's a good one too.
Yeah, that one's
Um,
fun. Same kind of thing. We've got Men in Black.
Yep.
Actually, that is a very Men in Black movie.
Yeah.
Men in Black behind the scenes who are altering history as we know it.
And there for that movie, it's life after death kind of thing, right? That's their
No,
realm. No?
I don't think.
Oh.
No, they're
Oh,
trying to map history like in the correct way, and so they
okay.
keep changing things and like saying, "Oh, you can't meet this girl until this time because it alters history or whatever."
Damn, that's a stressful job.
Right. Well, if you're Men in Black, if you're some sort of interdimensional being,
Yeah.
man, now I really want to watch The Forgotten again. That movie is
I know,
great.
me too. Yeah, exactly. In this context.
Yeah.
All right, so number 7, UFO researchers harassed at home by real MIB, and here's the picture. Actually, it's one of the rare images of MIBs. I mean,
Mhm.
look at that guy. Should we zoom in? See if we can
Does he have a
zoom in?
top hat?
Yeah. Well, look at his eyes are weird. Look at his eyes here. Aren't those like?
Yeah, they're like poking out.
Yeah.
Could just be lighting. I
Yeah,
mean, this is a great
artifact.
photo. This is a
Right.
photo from I don't know when.
All right, so UFO researcher Jack Robinson and his wife Mary began to experience extremely strange events as they pursued more alien and UFO related research. They would come home to find their house rummaged and looked through, and their UFO files disturbed. Mary also began to notice a strange man in a black suit and hat staring up at their apartment from the doorway. Mary mentioned this activity to a friend who drove over and saw what she was talking about for herself. The friend, Tim Green Beckley, snapped a photo above of the man, which is believed to be one of the most ironclad pieces of proof of the Men in Black.
Super creepy. They won't just mess with your home belongings, by the way. They'll go through your mail. That's also documented. Very, very creepy.
No shit.
Number 8, professor harassed in library for reading UFO book. Professor Peter, oh Jesus Christ, Roshowitz
There we
I'm gonna
go.
go with Roshowitz.
Roshowitz.
Claims that he was reading a UFO book in the library when a strange pale man wearing all black sat down next to him. The man began talking to the professor and asked him about his opinion on flying saucers. The professor replied that he wasn't super interested, and the man became very agitated. He
Huh.
eventually left, leaving Professor Roshowitz extremely uncomfortable and anxious. He did not reveal the story until many years later, when he finally gave a lecture on the subject. He remains convinced that it was a Men in Black official who confronted him in the library, and to this day is trying to find more people who have had similar experiences. Now, this next one,
Yeah.
so Dan Aykroyd, very talented writer, funny actor. He is kind of also a nut job, which is fine.
It is a funny nut job.
Like, I remember reading his first script for Ghostbusters 1 was like
Yeah.
600 pages or something, and they travel interdimensionally, they go through time and all this other stuff. Like,
Really?
he I don't
He's
know.
out there.
He's a little bit out there. I respect him a lot. I like the guy.
Yeah, me too.
I'll always love Ghostbusters. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Ghostbusters is a classic. It's just legendary.
Yeah,
But he's done great UFO
he has.
documentaries as well.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have led with the whole "I think he's a nut job" thing, because he has brought a lot of cool info into the UFO knowledge network.
He has, and he's a big fan of it. He's very passionate about it.
Yes, he is.
One of the coolest documentaries was about the NASA UFOs. The ones that were
Yes.
leaked. He did a good one. Yeah, he was in that one. It's really good.
Mhm.
All right, so I guess it's him telling an MIB story. He has also told stories about UFOs he's seen over Montreal. So I didn't know he had an MIB story.
Oh,
Yeah. So let's see what he
give it a
says.
So the
listen.
last show we did, I had both Bassett, who has the UFO time clock, and then Greer. Both Bassett and Greer were there. They were my two guests for the day. Well, the show was canceled that afternoon. And I was outside before I knew it was canceled, in between the interviews. And I was outside, and Britney Spears called me because she wanted me to appear on Saturday Night Live with her. And so I was outside having a cigarette. The phone rang. Oh, Brittany, how you doing? Oh, sure, of course I will. I turned away like this. I turned back, and there was a black Ford across the road, a black Ford sedan. And I was trying to look at the plate, and the plate seemed kind of like fuzzy. And I was, definitely a police car. And two guys were there, and a big, big, tall guy got out of the back seat. And he stood in the street on 42nd Street. It was. We were at 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. And he looked right at me. And literally, I was on the phone. Hey, oh, sure, of course I'd love the show. Saw the Ford, went back like this, turned back like a half second later, and it was gone. And that car did not go past me. It did not make a U-turn, because I would have seen 42nd Street. I would have seen that thing take a U-turn and go away. That car vanished. That car was a cloaked vehicle of some type. And whether this was like a warning to me, because the guy got out of the back seat, gave me a real dirty look. That car vanished. I know what I saw. And it was just this fast. It was, oh, hi, Brittany, sure. Oh, of course, I'd love to. Guy gives me a dirty look. Oh, well, sure. Car gone. That's what happened. And then 2 hours later, we were told we were not to continue taping, and the show was canceled, and none of them would air.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. Was that an MIB experience? Black helicopters.
Damn, man.
Well,
so he said Bassett and Greer. He was interviewing Bassett and Greer, which is, maybe Greer was the issue.
right. I guess I'm just really distracted by the fact that he's on phone call basis with Britney Spears.
That is strange. I don't know what year that was.
That's super cool.
It is,
especially
he's been everywhere.
That time.
He's been everywhere, dude. He's SNL, and even the other day or a while ago, we were watching. I forgot what documentary, but it was about or anyway, they put in "We Are the World" video in there. Was it the making of that? No, maybe not. Anyway, he was there. what is he? And I'm like, what is Dan Aykroyd doing? He's not like a famous singer or celebrity, but he happened to be with one of them. And he said, oh, and the guy's like, hey, they invited me to record We Are the World. You want to join? And he just joined, and he was in that video. So he turns up in the weirdest places. I mean, what a life he's had.
Yeah, seriously.
What a life. And that's really strange to happen. Sorry, I cut you off. You're going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just jealous. He got to be on a phone call with Britney Spears.
Yeah.
That's like a big deal.
Yeah, and especially this was before she went crazy.
She didn't go crazy. We could do a whole thing on that. She didn't go
but
crazy.
Okay, fine. That's not what I mean. That's the mainstream thing, is that she went crazy.
Right.
But we know, unfortunately, we know that she was heavily controlled.
Yeah.
Possibly brainwashed. Right.
Oh, she had a lot of. I mean, and honestly, let's be real. We know what Hollywood and the entertainment industry is like now. We it's out in the open now, but back then, like Britney,
right.
Young, attractive girl who's super popular. I mean, of course, she probably had the worst of it.
Exactly, because she's so talented. She can sing, she can dance, she's pretty, she's funny. So you would want to control that person to extract as much wealth as you can, without her complaining. Just work, do a concert, do a video, do a concert, do a new album.
No, I mean, I think she got Weinsteined.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure that happened too.
Yeah,
of course.
But
so
I was gonna say, let's continue.
Yeah, so this is an interview with Ray Barker, the guy who wrote the book They Knew Too Much About Flying Saucers. So
Nice.
here he talks about Bender and what happened there, but we're not going to listen to the whole thing. I think this is a good spot here.
But what had happened was something like this. Al Bender told Augie that Space Review, that was a little publication which they got out, that Space Review would come out in October, but whether it would come out after that was something else. It seems something strange has occurred in IFSB. That was the initials of the International Flying Saucer Bureau. Well, Augie was quite persistent and kept pushing Al for more information. Finally, Al said bluntly, "I know the secret of the discs." He added that 3 men had visited him and, in effect, shut him up completely as far as saucer investigation is concerned. The way Dominic gathered it, Al had run across something in the course of his investigations, and this sort of rang a bell in his mind. He thought he had it. He thought he had the answer to the flying saucer riddle. He told us later that he had names and places, whatever that could mean, to back it up. But he made one mistake. He took this theory, or whatever it was, and submitted it to someone, he said. He wouldn't tell us whom. Perhaps a magazine, I thought, maybe the government, maybe to a friend. But anyway, when the 3 men came to see him, he said that they had that very same piece of paper in their hands. Well, as we could figure it out from what we could get out of Bender, who seemed to be terrified by this thing, he said that after the 3 men were there, he was ill, that he couldn't eat for 3 days, and he was sure he had turned white when he talked to them. And I began to think, well, what could scare a fellow like that? Here was a grown man. If 3 men would walk in to see me, certainly I would be nervous, but I don't see what they could tell me which would make me so frightened. So we were determined to find out more about this. After all, Bender hadn't said who the 3 men in black really were. At that time, it sounded like the government to us, because we imagined that perhaps the government was interested in keeping all of this a secret from the people. Perhaps they were afraid that if the people got to know too much about the flying saucers, they would be frightened. It would be something that happened similar to the Orson Welles broadcast, which you've heard about. But anyway, we were more confused as ever. And I had a very strange reaction after hearing this. Here was an investigator, something like myself, who had his home entered, who was visited by three people who didn't treat him very kindly, evidently, and who was just badly shaken. And it didn't seem he was permitted to go ahead and talk further about flying saucers. In fact, I was a little scared myself. If someone could shut up Mr. Bender, here I was. I was putting out a publication called The Saucerian. It was going all over the world. Maybe someone would interfere with me. Was it the government? I wondered. If it was, surely something very serious must be happening for the government to be interested to such a point that they would obviously abridge freedoms and coming and telling someone not to talk about a certain subject. Anyway, we decided to try to get to the bottom of the thing. So we decided to go to Bridgeport, Connecticut, and try to see Bender personally and question him at great length and see if we could get anything out of him. Well, as a little interview I'm going to read here in a moment discloses, we didn't learn a whole lot, although we did get some interesting responses. But immediately after I'd received the tape, I called up Bender. He answered the phone, but he sounded very strange, much unlike his usual self. And, of course, I got around to the subject of flying saucers immediately. And he said, the saucers do not interest me anymore. I believe that was his exact words. Maybe he said don't. And then he repeated, I've lost all interest in them. I wondered why a man would lose interest so quickly when he had once been so interested. I asked him, I said, Al, is this because that the reason you aren't interested, is that because that you found out that they're a government invention, maybe? Or is the information you have so terrifying that it's rather frightening and bad for you to think about? And he said, well, it was the latter. That's all he would say. We went to Bridgeport and I walked in on our good friend who treated us very nicely.
Before going on, so basically he said it was the latter. So the latter was that it wasn't a government program, that it was something so terrifying that he didn't want to look into it anymore.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's the thing is like, if it's a government conspiracy, you'd be like, yeah, all right, hell yeah, let me dig into this deeper. But if it's something like so, I don't know, outwardly so bizarre, so scary, yeah, I guess then you stop. But a government conspiracy is not enough to scare someone and make them stop.
No, it's not.
Sure.
It's something supernatural and something very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, I'm almost like on the supernatural thing. So he was one of the first ones after Dahl. So weird. It kind of does feel like it's connected to the modern UFO thing, or because maybe we're more advanced, we can see it for what it really is instead of just being religious or supernatural.
I think we need to start looking at this like, what would scare us now? What would scare us in the 1980s? What would scare us in the 1950s? What would scare us in the early 2000s? Like, what would scare us 2,000 years ago? You know?
Yeah. Probably the same thing.
That's my point.
Yeah. It wouldn't be any different.
Night.
Yeah. All right. Maybe you'll continue if it's interesting. If not, we can go into the other videos. Let's see what else he says.
But would keep telling us that he wasn't permitted to tell us much about what had happened. But anyway, we got in a lot of questions, and I'm going to read a lot of these, not a lot of them, but just a few of these questions and answers which took place there. Now, the first few that I read, he'll say I can't answer that to all of them. So we'll get over that quickly. Question, when did the three men visit you? Answer, I can't answer that. Question, who were the men? I can't answer that. Were they from the government? I can't answer that. Do saucer comes from space? I can't answer that.
What?
And a lot more.
Really using that Fifth Amendment.
Can you tell me where you found your source of information? Answer. I was turning a theory over and over in my mind. When I got some actual names and places to back it up, I submitted it to someone. Then the men came. Who was that someone you mentioned? I can't answer that.
Wait a minute. So he's saying that he linked it to some people and has some names and sent it to someone. Then the three men came. I mean, that sounds like government, doesn't it?
It does. It definitely does.
Yeah, I wonder
No,
what he was doing.
I'm
Yeah.
right there with you. I think it definitely does sound like government. I mean, it's what
Yeah.
we're dealing with. It's what we're dealing with right now.
I mean, we'll never know. I guess. Maybe his book is available. And I can download it. Bender's book, but I don't think he says it in there. Well, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Is the flying saucers going to be a help to the world? It's going to be both good and bad. And so on answers like that you can't exactly put together into any meaning. All they serve to do is to intrigue you further and increase in your own mind the mystery of what he knew. We were desperately trying to find out what it was that Bender had run across, perhaps through accident, which had brought this trouble down upon him, whatever kind of trouble it was. We tried to figure who the three men were. Well, the first thought was the government. But first of all, we thought government men don't go around dressed conspicuously or trying to look like cloak and dagger operators, which these three men looked like. They had on all dark clothing. And neither do people, at least from the FBI and some of the other investigative organizations, neither do they go around threatening people. In fact, you do the talking, they just ask questions, they don't tell you anything. And it was a great doubt in our mind that government man had visited Albert Bender. Well, if not government man, who could it possibly be? Well, we thought of everything. Maybe it could be spaceman. A lot of people thought that there were such things, and it certainly hadn't been proven that there couldn't be. It certainly would frighten me if someone would walk into my room and I would say to them, let me see your credentials, and this person would say, here are my credentials, and instead of showing me a card, he would just simply disappear or walk through a wall or something, dematerialize. That would certainly shake me, and if such a person would tell me to do something, I would think a long time before I didn't do it. But I'm not suggesting that it was a spaceman who visited Al Bender or anyone in particular. It is a great mystery to me, and that is one reason why I wrote a book about the matter.
Yeah, but it's still a mystery, I would say. I mean, and here's the case that you were talking about.
Oh, this is a fun one. This video has been around for a very long time.
Is this 90s or is it 2000? No, 2000s, I think.
I think
early
it's
2000s.
early 2000s. This is great. This is like CCTV footage of Men in Black entering. Is it a hotel? I don't even know, but they're talking to the receptionist and they're super fucking weird.
Yeah, and this guy's giving his account to what happened as well as a voiceover.
One of my bellmen approached me, and he kind of had a weird look on his face, and he said to me, can we go in your office and talk? I brought him into my office, and he says, something really weird happened here yesterday, and you weren't here. He said, there's a couple guys in here looking for you. And I said, a couple guys? What do you mean? And he said, well, this is really hard for me to say. He said, but there's a couple really strange-looking men that were here, and they kind of freaked everybody out, and they were asking questions about you. And, of course, now I'm getting a little bit nervous, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, he goes, I don't know how to describe them except for extremely odd-looking. They were really, really tall, he said, and they were identical height. They were the exact same height. They were wearing the exact same clothes, and they had the exact same faces, like they were twins. And he said they were wearing black suits, black trench coats, They were wearing like the old-fashioned Federo hats. They had extremely, extremely pale skin. And he said they came in and they looked around a little bit and they asked for you. And I said, I'm sorry, he's actually not working today. And it seemed like they didn't believe me. So they started to walk around the hotel. And shortly after, they went to the tour desk. And he goes, I got busy. I started to have to bring cars around and get luggage. And by the time I came back, they were gone. But he goes, they freaked me out. And I really wanted to tell you that there were these weird guys in here looking for you. So, of course, now I'm a little bit skeptical and I'm a little bit freaked out all at the same time. So the first thing I do is I run into my security office because I know how to work the security system. And I rewound the cameras. And sure enough, here comes two gentlemen through the front door looking exactly how he described. Then the next day, I was talking with my tour desk. And one of them asked to talk to me. She came in my office, the same as my bellman, and she said, I need to tell you about something that happened. I heard that you heard that there were some men looking for you. And I said, yes. And she said, they asked a few questions about you, and they said strange things that I didn't understand. And they were talking about governments and conspiracies, and none of it made any sense to me. But she goes, they were very, very scary. And I said, well, why were they scary? And she said, they had no facial hair, none. She said they had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, nothing. Their hair looked like they had a wig on, like it was attached to their hat, like it wasn't even real. And she said, and the scariest thing, their eyes were so big and so blue that they almost hypnotized me a little bit. And she goes, and you're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but I swear they knew what I was thinking. I swear. And I don't think I'm crazy, but I don't even know how they could do it. And I don't know why I'm even telling you this. She goes, so I started to think about things other than you, and I don't even know if it worked. And she started to cry. And she said one more thing before she left. She said, these men, they didn't blink. Not once did I see them blink.
Oh my god, dude!
I mean, I love this video. I mean, but it just goes to show, like, they're not trying to be subtle or undercover. Like I don't think they are. I can't figure out what the hell an alien would want to do, but the fact that they come in, they wear human clothes, but they don't look human at all. And they walk in and, where is your boss? What are you thinking right now? We don't blink. We have no eyebrows. Like, what the hell, man?
And that poor chick, right? She's like, I thought they could read my mind, so I started to like think about other stuff instead of you.
That's probably like, if we take this from face value, that's probably exactly what was going on. Is they were trying to read her mind, and she had the wherewithal to be like, oh, I started thinking about other things. Like,
Smart
this
girl.
is really, really scary. I mean, the fact that we have them on footage is bizarre, but I mean, they're not trying to hide. They're not trying to be subtle. I mean, obviously they can't be caught, but I mean, like the fact that, like, she's like, I think they were wearing wigs, but the wigs were attached to their hats. Like, that's such a weird, like, wooey, like Men in Black thing. Like, I love it.
Weird.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It makes no sense. They're not trying to hide. They're not showing up in the middle of the night to abduct this guy. They're just showing up to be weird. Like, that's, I feel like that's
to
their
freak you out and everyone.
Yeah, that's their whole thing. Like, they're just showing up to freak you out. Like,
real Men in Black visit after a UFO incident. So,
oh man, it's
so
just
he witnessed something.
Yeah.
Is this closer? This video?
It's the same video looped over and over again.
Yeah.
But man, how terrifying. That poor bellhopper and the, whatever her title was, receptionist or whatever. I mean,
right, yeah.
That has to be the most terrifying experience ever.
My goodness. All right, and then sightings that Men in Black episode, which I don't ever remember seeing, but sightings does a good job. So they probably have
Welcome
some.
to Sightings.
They probably have some good cases in this one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Men in Black. Men in Black.
And the stories that witnesses tell are remarkably similar. Seeing a UFO can be an exhilarating.
Oh, and I think the Mothman prophecies or whatever.
Yeah.
They show up with those too, right?
Yes, they do.
Maybe
Love
that's
the
in here.
Mothman prophecies.
Yeah.
Experience. But for some, that excitement soon turns into desperate paranoia. After a sighting, some witnesses report that they're threatened and harassed by mysterious thugs known to UFO investigators as
Thugs.
Men in Black. Just who are these Men in Black? Where do they come from? And why do they seem to be tracking and spying on those who've had a close encounter?
There it was. It's a long, lit-up, cigar-shaped object heading just over the rooftop. And then it moved out of sight, and I went back home. And when I got home, my wife said, "You just got a phone call." I said, "A phone call?" And it said that if you talk to the media about this, that your daughter will die.
Immediately following a UFO sighting, the strange encounters with MIBs begin.
They would walk in seemingly from nowhere, be driving a car that may be as old as 25 years. It would be immaculate, shiny, without a mark on it. The individual, in several cases, drove down to the end of the street, turned, the guy ran down after them, and they were completely gone.
Men dressed in black, driving black cars, reportedly follow and sometimes even threaten UFO witnesses, and their motives appear to be strangely sinister.
Witnesses driving home from having lunch at a restaurant have reported seeing a UFO. Before they could get home, they had cars waiting for them, warning them not to talk about the case. An investigator was approached by a very Saturn-looking man. He said, "You know, people that look for UFOs sometimes find problems." There have been a few cases where individuals have died under mysterious circumstances.
Reports of contact with MIBs seem to follow a definite pattern and occur throughout the world. One horrified witness was harassed by MIBs after sighting a UFO near Toronto, Canada.
And it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There was a knock on the door. I opened the door, and there was this very odd-looking man standing there. He had a photograph album in his left arm, and he didn't say anything for a full minute. He was about 5'6". He was extremely thin. He had a slightly enlarged head. His face was a very strange olive hue. He wore a black turtleneck. He wore black pants. He was dressed entirely in black. His eyes, they were not oriental looking. They were extremely long. They literally wrapped around his temples. I have never seen eyes like that. Those eyes held me. They held my attention. They seemed to be boring into me. I felt very intruded upon on a mental level by those eyes.
The Men in Black cases, for the most part, have stirred up great amounts of paranoia. In many cases, these people have attempted to pass themselves off either as government agents or, in some cases, Air Force officers. At one point, the FBI was very heavily involved in tracking these cases down and attempting to arrest someone, but no one was ever caught.
Composite drawings created from witness testimony lead researchers to believe that MIBs could be aliens who have come to Earth to silence people who know too much about UFOs. In Russia, one witness reported being harassed and physically transformed by a MIB. Professor Paul Stonehill translated the Russian newspaper story about the woman's MIB experience.
His touch was paralyzing and left effects upon the body of those whom he touched. His daughter, she became magnetic, and she would attract metals. And like her hands became sort of electric conductors. Her touch caused electric shock. This is taking place now because the article is from April of 1992.
MIB encounters are so disturbing, investigators fear many valuable witnesses might never come forward. Those who do believe their lives are in danger and claim MIB surveillance intensifies when they contact the media.
I think what has happened is they've gone to the black helicopters. So I think that the men in black have just left their black Cadillacs behind and taken up black helicopters.
These helicopters, which have been described almost as a black UE-type Army helicopter with no numbers visible, have appeared almost silently with no helicopter noise that you associate with it.
Shirley and George Coyne are the Midwest directors of the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, a UFO research organization. The Coynes claim that they are being tailed by this silent black helicopter devoid of the necessary FAA identification numbers. This video, shot by Shirley Coyne, is the only footage of an alleged MIB encounter.
Well, this is the day we had a meeting, and the copter met us about halfway between Flint and Flushing and followed us all the way to our meeting place.
I'm not afraid of them because they haven't done anything to us yet. And I feel the more vocal I am, the less they're going to do.
Is it possible that aliens with a secret agenda are harassing UFO witnesses? Or could MIBs be cleverly disguised humans trying to silence those who've had close encounters? Investigators continue to search for answers.
It's just something that there is no explanation for. And by
Are there any recent cases, like really recent cases? I mean, because now there's a lot of UFO researchers. There's so many podcasts out there, like ones with lots of reach and influence. You'd think they would have had some experiences, like, you know.
So this is my conspiracy theory. Yes, I'm sure there are, but because of the upcoming, like the advent of AI and social media, it all gets drowned out by bullshit.
Yeah, disinformation.
So when Joe Schmo gets visited by the MIB and he videotapes the whole thing and posts it on YouTube, you know, you've got all these bots that's saying, "Oh, fake, lame, gay."
Yeah, yeah. So that's
that's
the new way.
And then the AI video of, you know, Bigfoot climbing up a tree and doing a double backflip. You know, that gets millions of views.
Right. Yeah. So it's almost like they're using the new tools now. They don't need to go out into the physical world and
They don't have to
intimidate.
Exactly. They don't have to go and intimidate. They can just say, you know, use the internet to bury this.
Yeah. And it works just as well.
It totally does. It totally does.
So, I mean, is that then now? Obviously, it would interest the ones who really know the truth to keep this secret, but it also interests the aliens or the NHI or whoever is responsible for the phenomenon to keep it a secret. It's obvious, because if they really wanted this out, it would have been out. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
So it could be both of them doing it, and our government doesn't care because, you know, it works out. They're like, sure, great. You know, we can keep making money off this shit.
Yeah, exactly. This works for us. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, and we talk about that. You sent me a clip. That comedian who talks about politics all the time. But he was saying how you don't need a conspiracy especially when interests converge. You know, they all go to the same clubs, they go to the same.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, if interests converge, it's just gonna happen. No need for a formal conspiracy. So I think that might be something going on with this as well, as both sides want this kept secret. And if someone's doing it and doing a good job, sure. You know?
Yeah, let it ride.
Yeah, so that's all we have for MIB. I think it's still a mystery. It looks like it's definitely there to creep people out, scare people.
Yeah, I don't think at the end of the day, like, you know, I know a lot of what we talked about was the MIB is there to make sure people don't keep looking into UFOs, but I don't think that's the case.
It hasn't worked. I mean, it has shut up those people. Maybe those people do come onto some really convincing information, and that's why they're targeted. You know,
but I think Men in Black, you know, if they are part of the alien agenda, I think they're there just to muddy the waters. They're just it's almost like they're just like, hey, I want to be part of the story too.
Right.
They're just there to like kind of make a mess of things. Like I don't have any other explanation.
It's because it's weird.
They're not they're not hiding. Like we all know about UFOs and UAPs and alien experiences and stuff. Like they're not, if they're trying to hide it, they're doing a terrible job of it. So that doesn't really seem to be the case. It seems like they're just there to like be part of the story for whatever their agenda is.
Right. Maybe they're archivists or something. What were they in Fringe? Oh, we don't want to tell people. That's right. Okay. But
there's a very
but there were something like that, right? Archivists in a way.
Fringe thankfully answers all of the questions that they pose in the show.
And in the first season too.
Why I love that show is every question they bring up in that show, it gets answered. And unlike Lost,
actually, that's pretty genius.
Yeah,
dude, Lost has so much potential. I mean,
I still, despite everything, I still really liked Lost. I really did.
Me too. I watched all of them. I watched every single season.
Yeah, even with how it ended, I still really liked it.
The ending.
I still think Fringe is like one of the best shows ever. Now I'm gonna watch The Forgotten, and then I'm gonna start watching Fringe again because of this show. So thank you, cuz.
All right, maybe we'll include those links on from Amazon so we can get.
I should do a whole new channel where I just do I talk about every episode on Fringe.
Yeah, and because and you can join Amazon affiliates. It's really, really easy.
Oh, nice.
What's the problem with Amazon affiliates is that the cookie only lasts 24 hours.
Oh no.
Yeah, so someone's got to buy it within a day. So annoying. Usually it's 30 days.
I love cookies. So anyway, let's move on.
So, all right, so let's move on.
We are now moving on to our general show, like everything that's happened in the last week or so.
Exactly. And this is now going crazy. And it's Avi Loeb, actually, the Unit 8200 graduate from Israel, who's telling us about who's saying this, or he's the Harvard scientist.
It's Uma 2.0 or whatever the hell that first thing was called.
Oumuamua, I think.
Oumuamua.
Yeah. Justin, possibly hostile alien threat detected in
what?
unknown...
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. Possible hostile? Why? How did you ascertain that?
I don't no idea. And he there's an interview too he did this morning, so we can check that out, see what he's. I mean, I don't know why hostile. A mysterious intergalactic object could potentially be a hostile alien spacecraft that's slated to attack our planet in November, according to a new study by a small group of scientists. And this is the article they put here. So I think it was behind a paywall.
On July 1st, astronomers discovered an interstellar object named 3I/Atlas hurtling toward the sun at over 130,000 miles per hour, according to Live Science. Confirmed within 24 hours as an interstellar entity, initial observations suggest it could be a comet up to 15 miles wide, larger than Manhattan. God, I hope you guys have watched Armageddon recently. Oh, poor Bruce Willis.
I know.
Oh man.
He can't like talk now. Well, yeah, he can't talk for a while, but it's something new. He can't.
Yeah, no, he's on his deathbed.
It sucks, dude.
Yeah, poor guy. Brought us a lot of great / horrible action movies.
Oh, dude, love him.
However, a controversial study published on July 16th to the preprint server, RXIV, has raised speculation about its origins, proposing it might be an alien spacecraft. Yeah. The study, authored by Harvard. I'm gonna just.
See, I mean, so no, but it's important that who's saying this. Avi Loeb, he's a Unit 8200 graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So just in case he might have another agenda. He might. I'm not just saying he does.
He suggests that the object's high speed and unique trajectory could indicate extraterrestrial technology, just like Uma, and it's right here in the next sentence. Loeb, previously known for linking the 2017 interstellar object Uma. I know I'm mispronouncing that, and I apologize. Oumuamua
There
to
you go.
alien life, notes that the 3-1 Atlas path allows close approaches to Jupiter, Mars, and Venus, potentially enabling the deployment of surveillance devices. Okay, that's a pretty big reach. The object's closest approach to the sun in late November will obscure it from Earth's telescopes, which Loeb suggests it could be intentional to avoid detection. Well, we already detected it, so it's not doing a great job. Oh, this is interesting. The researchers reference the dark forest hypothesis. Do you know about the dark forest hypothesis?
Yeah. The stuff behind the sun.
No. That's not what the dark forest hypothesis is. The dark forest hypothesis is, if you imagine you are a lone like hunter sitting in a dark forest, you don't light a fire because you don't want other people attracted to you.
Attention. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that hypothesis, which posits that extraterrestrial civilizations remain hidden to avoid threats, they caution that if it's artificial, this is the object, it could signal a need for defensive measures. However, the object's speed makes interception by Earth-based spacecraft impractical, as current rockets cannot match its velocity. Yeah, I mean, this is he's getting very sci-fi into what's going on.
He is, yeah. And other scientists dispute these claims, asserting that 3I Atlas is likely a natural comet. Samantha Lawler, an astronomer at the University of Regina, told Live Science that all evidence points to it being an ordinary comet ejected from another solar system. Chris Lintott, an astronomer didn't even do that. An astronomer at the University of Oxford dismissed the alien hypothesis as nonsense and emphasized ongoing global efforts to study the object using advanced telescopes. The study's authors acknowledge their hypothesis is speculative and not peer-reviewed, describing it as a testable but unlikely scenario. They encourage further analysis. All right. And he did an interview this morning. I mean, we can hear from him what he's thinking.
Oh yeah, let's give it a listen.
All right, so here I think he starts discussing it.
I think it's a missed opportunity that we haven't designed an interception mission or a landing mission on an interstellar object. I think we should do that. We're, astrobiologists are thinking about investing more than $10 billion in the Habitable World Observatory, which is the next generation observatory in space, an expanded Hubble Space Telescope. It may take 2 decades to build it, but this is primarily for the purpose of looking for the biomarkers, the molecular fingerprints of molecules that are indicative of life, like, for example, oxygen or methane or water, in the atmospheres of exoplanets very far away. I think there should be a new approach, which is to actually...
And so that makes it well worth looking at objects like 3I Atlas.
Definitely. It's quite remarkable that he imagined all these things that we now use. He could have been wealthier than Elon Musk if these were realized by him establishing corporations that would pursue these technologies. But the other thing I wanted to mention is that he envisioned the Rama to be a cylinder 20 kilometers in diameter.
Wait a minute, where is he discussing the actual Atlas?
It's not worth observing. As was the
first was 2017, then 2019, then 2025. And as you've suggested, as observatories look more closely and as our detection gets better, we may begin to see more and more and more of these. And they're definitely a safety concern there, because Borisov and Atlas are both being called, at least currently being called, exocomets. Oumuamua was described as an exoasteroid. There are also things called compact objects out there, like white dwarfs, neutron stars, and even black holes that are just flying around. And so interstellar objects could be rocks and ice. It could potentially be interstellar spacecraft. It could potentially also be dangerously large objects, something the size of a planet, maybe even larger, headed our way. So knowing about it helps.
Yeah, and we usually use telescopes to observe the reflection of sunlight from those objects to figure out where they are, but it may not be possible for some of them. For example, we know that most of the matter in the universe is invisible. It doesn't interact with light. It's called dark matter. We don't know what it is. It may be compact object. It may be small black holes, the mass of an asteroid, in which case such an object will come or comes already through the solar system, but we would not be able to see it with our telescopes. So today I actually submitted for publication a new paper that shows a different way of probing the dark objects. You might think also that alien civilizations might build stealth spacecraft that do not reflect much light, just like the B-2 Spirit bomber that the US military
that makes him
built.
happy.
It's very difficult to detect it because it reflects very little light. So how can we detect those? The answer is there is no way of avoiding generating a gravitational signal because all masses that it was technological, and be the signatures of a technological object. Well, one of the signatures would be non-gravitational propulsion, some engine that moves it around. For that, you need to monitor the object and see that it deviates from the orbit you expect based on gravity alone. Another aspect is the shape of the object. If it looks unusual, in the case of Oumuamua, it seemed to be flat, which is quite unusual. Another is if you can take a spectrum, you might notice that the composition of the object is unusual. And of course, if we can fly by, which is not the case very far away, but closer to Earth, we might design a mission that will rendezvous with the object. In that case, we can take an image and see what it does. And also, of course, if the object is a mothership that sends mini probes towards the inner planets, that would be indicative that it was technological. And we can notice that by realizing that after the passage, there are objects around the Earth, in the Earth's atmosphere, that are functioning technologically that were not there before. And they behave in ways that we cannot fully understand. And that's, of course, the objective of the Galileo project. And just a brief...
Really weird. So he's saying that it could be a mothership being sent, and that it will send probes from it. But there was news, and and I didn't mean to do this in the show, but I guess it does work. But I'm sure you saw this, that there was news that remember that one astronomer that she was doing all these interviews, and she was on all the shows, and she even did a TED talk about it. But she was looking at these astronomical plates, like picture plates from the 1950s, and we covered it on the show with
we did. Yeah, I remember
with the DC thing. Yeah, but now apparently she has said that no one's has really leaked it yet, but now they're thinking that she has found objects in low Earth orbit that are not man-made, and that they're going to come out and say it. And this is someone who has worked with her. This is the Swedish engineer that found that. Remember, there's a craft or something on the bottom of the Baltic Sea, something like that. So he's part of that team.
Okay, all right, sweet.
Yeah, and he knows her, and he's saying that something's going to come out from her study.
Nice,
which is weird. And I don't know if that's connected to this object that's coming.
I mean, it could be. I've seen too many sci-fi movies to think otherwise.
Right. All right. So let's see what he's saying. He apparently has deleted this video since then.
Oh, that's always a good sign.
And went
no, I mean,
viral,
I'm not saying that sarcastically either. I'm saying that for real.
Right.
Hey everyone, don't go away now.
Oh, so sorry. He did it in Swedish, and what they did is they took it, translated it and dubbed it. Yeah. So it's gonna sound funny.
Don't leave. Don't swipe away from me. This is important, I have to say. I came home a little while ago after being at work at Stockholm University. I've been working with Beatrice, the astronomer, as you know. We work on that thing with BTC through this in the Baltic Sea, But Beatrice and I also work on finding life and intelligence out in space, especially near Earth. When I got to work today, I mean, this new computer is completely insane. I can't tell you everything right now. I can't do that for certain reasons because this has to be presented in a scientific way, as it is in that world. But I can say this. I've never been as shocked as I was at work today. Both Beatrice and I feel a bit sick to our stomachs now. I can tell you that we now know things that very, very, very few people on Earth know. And we've said, Beatrice and a few others have this scientific data to share, but what's going to happen now is that they're working on it right now to present it internationally later on. I'm doing this because I could, but I feel like, why not? I have words now, and now it's happened. In a scientific way, it's been calculated, analyzed, and checked back and forth constantly. And apparently, things are happening around us. And as I said a little while ago, I understand why this information shouldn't come out to humanity. It's absolutely unbelievable. And now I know what it's about. And I wish I could tell you everything right now. I can't. I'm not allowed to. But I actually asked Beatrice. I mentioned this. She gave me approval to say this much. I can't mention what it's actually about, other than that it's a new scientific discovery that's been made, one that will shake things up properly. And I'm not joking. This is no bullshit. So be curious to know. As I said, Beatrice and I, astronomers at the university. This is something completely new, though they've been working on it for a while. But it's new data, new information. So incredible that you can hardly believe it's true. I've looked at the data and realized it's real, but I can't quite grasp it. Part of me can't believe it's been this way, maybe for a very, very long time. And this has nothing to do with the Baltic Sea object. Nothing at all. This is probably something entirely different. So I know what it's about, and I'm obviously not scared, but still, damn cautious now. That's why
Man,
He spent a lot of 5 minutes just to say coming soon. I can't tell you.
maybe it's the AI voice like undercutting what he's talking about, but
Yeah.
man, I don't know. I hate these kind of videos where it's like, we've
Not
got
long
big
enough.
news coming soon. Like
Can't
that
tell
doesn't
you.
help. That doesn't, yeah, can't tell you. That doesn't help anybody. Like that does nothing. If he had big news, he would tell us. If he had really big news, we would never hear him talking about big news because the government would be shutting him down real quick.
Yeah, and people were rightfully upset, justifiably upset from that video. But it didn't stop people from researching and trying to find out what's going on here.
Well, good. As
Yeah,
as us internet sleuths, we should not let something like that slow us down.
exactly. And here's Psychortivo. He's got a great show. Is that how you say the name? Psychic. Anyway, but he's got a good show. He's a good clip of that. He's gonna go through an interview that she did. To try to just link what's going on here. And
Okay, great.
since she's the one who discovered the 1950s UFO flap in DC, right?
Mhm.
Maybe she's discovered something else in low Earth orbit.
Works
So
for me.
let's take a listen.
Circumstances. But in your view, plausibility of an alien presence in our Earth orbit?
I think it's absolutely plausible because if you look just in our Milky Way galaxy, you have like 40 billion of Earth-like planets. I mean, 40 billion, that's what we estimate. And now we can send something like Voyager to another stellar system. So why wouldn't they be able to send something to us, a probe or so? So I think, yes, there are very good reasons to believe that there might be lots of probes everywhere.
The Fermi paradox is predicated. Enrico Fermi asked this question, where are they? Do you think that applies equally to near objects of alien origin and far objects of alien origin? In other words, is the strategy that SETI uses looking for distant objects perhaps misguided? Because if you've got just one alien civilization in this galaxy that's been here for 1 billion years, chances are they would be here, right?
Well, actually, you're totally right. I think people have spent a lot of time talking about the Fermi's paradox and where are they, when they should actually be discussing where are they? Are they here? Are they a little bit further away from us in a different system? Or it's the problem with the Fermi's paradox is that I think too many SETI scientists have been stuck in the philosophy why we should actually just look and try to localize them. That's my point of view.
So
that's pretty wild. So if what Dennis is alluding to has to do with this, potentially the data that they saw is related to a potential or possible low Earth orbit finding of something that is in the low Earth
Black
orbit.
Knight, baby.
That's just a guess. I'm not saying that I know. I don't. As I
He
told
always
you, I was told.
he always says that, by the way, on the show, which is fine. You know, I mean, we don't know as well.
The black
We're speculating.
We've covered the Black Knight satellite, right? Not like
Kind
a full
of,
episode, but like
no,
kind
not a full episode. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we have brushed on it
AJ and the
before.
Wire Files is a really good episode on it. If anyone,
Ooh, I think I've watched that one. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
How come Hecklefish wasn't in?
He's back.
yesterday's show?
Hecklefish has been back for the. I think the newest episode Hecklefish is not in,
Right.
But like last month, AJ has been uploading episodes all with Hecklefish in it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, this episode is good. All right, so that's definitely weird. So we're gonna keep an eye on this, and you know, if she does have scientific physical proof of something in low Earth orbit, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, we would all really welcome that.
Absolutely. So this Mike Herrera, if you remember who he is, he's the guy that witnessed the UFO in Singapore or Indonesia or something. Remember, he came out in the Greer one. He saw that craft coming up, but he saw U.S. or military contractors, American contractors, rounding up children,
remember that
kind of thing, like indigenous ones. And then Jake Barber was supposed to go after him, and then after seeing his testimony, he got convinced that okay, fine, I'm going to contribute as well. Anyway, so this is the guy.
Okay.
And he's talking to potential UFO whistleblowers, and he's not happy.
Right.
Not going to listen to what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, hope you guys are having a successful week so far. It's been busy, but good. And I just wanted to say something. I've been trying to get in front of a U.S. congressional hearing for almost 2 years. So it's something as a firsthand witness that I feel like I'd have a good impact with that, especially with the unique position I've been afforded to as far as see things in a first person perspective that 99% of the population probably would never get to see or participate. So having that said, I'm going to be very blunt. If we got people who are firsthand who are coming forward, I would ask you to reconsider. I'm going to ask you to reconsider based off of the notion that there have been other people who've held pretty, successful positions within certain agencies, companies that are in this issue that have given actionable intelligence that have ranged from where biologics are stored, where assets are located, where the names of these projects are occurring, and the details associated with that enough to actually gain basically a plan with knowledge and execute it. So the question I always have is, I like how they play dumb, like they don't have any information to go off of, and they want more firsthand people to go forward and to expose themselves. There are many firsthand people I know that have went forward, that have had the skiff meetings, that have provided the actionable intelligence, and they've been screwed royally. Their lives are ruined. Their income, their safety with their families. These guys make really good money. You cannot exercise your skill set elsewhere in this world like you can in some of these programs with some of the top minds and some of the top people that this country has as far as the best and brightest that this country has to offer. When they give that up, they're put in a position where they're trying to figure out how to make stuff work. All right. And they're good at improvising, adapting, overcoming, right? But the problem is you have a failed system, and the failed system is not supporting those people. I've seen this firsthand, and there's probably people who have came forward that can relate to that. You know, we have to take action amongst ourselves for our own protection, for our own type of income, right? Which is, you know, if you're working for yourself or your, you know, partner, whatever it is, it's a little bit easier. But at the same time, some of these people don't have the luxury to do that. And even if you do make good money, you have some of these agencies that are weaponized, that go against people who are trying to do the right thing. And that's the biggest problem, is being punished for doing the right thing. It exposes yourself to the world of something that sounds crazy, but it's true. And then you're put in a position of trying to fend for yourself. Nobody else in the world understands what you're going through unless it's other people who are in the similar, wearing the same shoes as you. But it's very rare, because even though people come forward, everybody's experiences differ, obviously. So I want people to understand that I would reconsider if you're thinking of coming forward. And the reason being is because you're going to get shortchanged immensely. You're going to be put in a position where you're going to fend for yourself, or you're going to be into a network of other people who are similar. And it's the same thing. You know, it's almost like survival of the fittest to an extent. But that's the thing that at least benefits, is you get to be included into a network of people who are going through the same shit you're going through. You know, our lives have taken a huge hit by taking the risk, and we're not getting money from it. We're not getting any kind of benefits from that. Our lives have become hell, simple as that, you know? So at the end of the day, it makes you feel like, what the hell was it for? If we're not getting our freedoms from that, from this, and helping the world and helping the people stuck on the other side, and there's a lot of good people stuck on the other side. I want people to understand that. So if I am called onto Capitol Hill to testify in a U.S. congressional hearing, I'm going to be blunt about it. I'm going to set reality straight for them to understand what they're up against and what needs to happen. And I'm sick and tired of people, good people, coming forward, trying to set the record straight, trying to provide evidence, trying to provide details that can allow something to happen. And these lawmakers are sitting on their hands. Yet we can give, you know, like funding, for example, could help with these people and their families, so they can get into something a little bit more lucrative that is more towards their skill set. But yet we're giving money to Ukraine. We're paying for illegals. We're doing all that kind of stuff. But we're not taking care of each other. So we're having to take care of ourselves. And the best way you're going to take care of yourself is to maybe not come forward.
Oh my God.
I mean,
well, he sounds frustrated, and you can't blame him.
Yeah, I can't blame him at all. UFOs, they ruin your life if you get too deep into it. They really do.
Yeah, I mean, we can
And
see with the whole MIB thing as well, right? And
and
those
it's not
people.
like our government has a great track record of taking care of our whistleblowers.
No,
I mean, I still look at Snowden, who should have been pardoned, like, I don't know, 3
Obama
presidents
should have
ago.
done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and it makes sense, you know. It makes sense. I mean, from this perspective, is that
Absolutely.
the corporations make so much money from this secret. You know, why would they take care of the whistleblowers that are trying to
Right.
take that down or ruin it? You know,
Yeah, I mean,
so
it would be great if we could build our own, you know, little network between, you know, people like you and me who are just UFO researchers and people who are actual whistleblowers, and someone who has some sort of inside finger on the social media market. You know what I mean? So we can
yeah.
release this stuff and not have to go through government.
Exactly. The thing is that most people, if it doesn't come from the government, then it's not official anymore, right? It doesn't go to the textbooks. It doesn't get cited in documentaries. It doesn't blah, blah, blah. That's the most annoying part of the system we're in.
But see,
You know?
here I think is the silver lining of the current Trump's administration. He's gone so off the rails that no one trusts the government anymore, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
you only have you can only turn to the I don't want to say private sector because that sounds like companies. We're not talking about companies.
Right.
You know the private person. That doesn't make it
The
sound
individual. The
the
individual. Yeah.
individual. Sure.
But
Yeah.
unfortunately, like institutions like the New York Times and those like
Oh, screw the
they will
New York
yeah.
Times.
But you know how many people just watch and listen and
80
believe?
10 10. What do I
Yeah.
say every episode? 80 10 10.
Yeah. Yeah. So this came out, but apparently it was a joke.
Great.
Yeah. Breaking. You read it.
No. You go ahead. You had it first.
Congressman Frost claims, quote, the White House is about to drop proof of aliens. Now, everyone just took this out of context, you know, but apparently it was a joke linked to the Epstein files. And here's a reader's added context. Congressman Frost's aliens statement was made in response to a Wall Street Journal report regarding Donald Trump's name being in the Epstein files, an apparent joke and not an official statement.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but that's what people are
Our
betting on.
government is run through Twitter now. Jesus Christ. What timeline is this? Now this is interesting. I'm not sure what to make of this because again, this is just
yeah. It's
I mean, we've seen the thing is they release this as proof and it's like woo, but like you and I in particular have been posting videos like this for what? It's been 2 years now?
oh yeah. Yeah, well, 3.
Almost 3.
In October it'll be 3 years.
Jesus. See, I mean, it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like this is great. Like we want to see you guys release more of this, but like show us like actual proof, not whatever
Yeah.
this is.
Yeah,
I
this
mean,
is
this is great.
Skywatcher. Yeah, it's Skywatcher, and you know their aim is to have something land. We're all praying for it.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, because then we'll have something physical to look at. So, but yeah, this is the latest video allegedly leaked. It's in IR.
Mm-hmm.
So here's
yeah. There's the little thing at the yeah.
Whoa! Look how it's mirroring. The 2 are mirroring the 4.
I still think it's the same object, and we're seeing
it's one object. Yes.
Yeah.
I see that too. Totally see that too. We're just seeing the plasmas or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and not the craft. And that's probably connected to it too. Imagine
Yeah.
these are the bottom of it.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like a triangle craft just viewed from a weird angle.
Holy shit! Even invisible to IR. It's crazy.
I mean, it's like I said, it's cool footage, but it's just and until I guess I won't be happy, and I've made this joke on the show before. I guess I won't be happy until I'm standing on the ground with an alien shaking its hand.
Saying hello. Hello,
Yeah.
yo. Sorry, this
Hello.
post was removed, of course.
Uh-huh.
By Reddit's legal operation team.
Fuck Reddit. Reddit, I mean, I use it every day, but it is seriously like the only reason I use it is because it's a news aggregate. Like it brings all of my interest in one place. But it truly sucks.
Leaked footage. So here's another leaked footage. All right, nice. So even though Reddit took it down, X has them. It's funny how Reddit takes things down for legal issues and X won't.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Reddit used to be so cool, man.
Are these the same ones from a different?
No, this is something different. Oh no, it looks
1, 2, 3,
really
4.
similar.
Yeah. Man, what a fun job these guys are doing.
I know.
What the fuck, man? Why can't I want to go to Skywatcher? It's bullshit.
Seriously.
What the fuck, man?
I'm kind of looking for a new job. Maybe I'll try and find these guys.
I can bring them coffee if they want.
Yeah, seriously, I would intern for them.
Just to start out, you know? I'll prove myself.
Yeah, right.
What's this one? Same thing. Oh, this is like a jellyfish.
Yeah, that's just camera artifacts though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's move on here because we are we're hitting up to 2 hours.
Oh, so we won't be able to cover everything. This is like something on Reddit. Did you see this about An autopsy
Preliminary morphological and molecular findings from 3 presumed NHI specimens recovered 2020 to 2022. No, I did not see this.
Yeah. So apparently this is what they're gonna be submitting this report.
Nice.
Yeah, of course, because I'm still bound by multiple NDAs. All right, so we can just get into a specimen overview. Specimen A, partial torso, cranial vault, 40% intact, estimated post-mortem interval, blah, blah, blah. Oh, 8 to 12 months at retrieval. Let's see if there's anything. Phenotype. This is all too sciencey jargon.
Right. My favorite.
Yeah. Skeletal tissue composed of bioapatite interlaced with a graphenic carbon lattice. So graphene, really? That's not in nature. Raman spectra show D and G bands consistent with thermally annealed graphene oxide, suggesting endogenous biomineralization pathways beyond terrestrial vertebrate clades. I don't know what the rest of that meant, but basically that they're a mix of something artificial and biological, which was always in the lore, correct?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, that's pretty standard for NHIs.
All right, there's no TLDR. No, I'm
No, I
closing it
guess not.
because
Anyway, just for
Yeah.
all of our listeners, we do link everything that we talk about in the show. It's in the show notes, so you can go ahead and check this out for yourself.
Yep, and then we're not going to have time for this, but we'll link it as well. That Diana Pasulko did have an interview with the New York Times.
Oh, hell yeah.
She took it for the team, guys, and he wasn't very nice. Let me just say
Of
that.
course not. I mean, look at his face.
It was a good interview, though, and she did an amazing job. He's not researched enough, unfortunately,
Oh,
which is
weird.
fine, which is fine.
Someone from
but-
a journo from the New York Times isn't researched? Huh.
Yeah, I mean, if you look
Go
at the
figure.
comments, I mean, people
Maybe
are...
they should go shill about Israel a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly, and obfuscate what's happening over there.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to do that, they're going to lie about UFOs as well, people. Something that's happening
exactly.
live in front of us, you know?
Yep.
All right, so we'll link that, and then there's this theory about language being an automation an automated information system that
Mhm.
like just like LLMs with how prompts do it and words and how they calculate how words what word goes what in front of where and how to construct sentences and ideas, and you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
I've always thought about this, that language could be something that's been given to humans, on purpose,
Yeah, I mean,
with an agenda.
We've kind of touched about it on the show before, but ancient humans used to be a lot more spiritual and
Yep. Yeah.
I think a lot more psychic. And
Mhm,
language.
mhm.
I mean, the Tower of Babylon. I mean, that's a great story, or
Yeah.
whatever, to show
Exactly.
that language essentially broke us down.
Yeah, and we were a threat when we all had one language, right? That's the Tower of Babel, that it was destroyed and humanity was
Tower of
scattered
Babel. Yeah, you're
to
right.
Tower of Babel. Yeah, to divide humanity and the languages.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to think about, huh? Is that what united humanity is a challenge, to what, or a danger to what?
No, I mean, shit. I mean, that's what. I'm diving into all of my sci-fi knowledge, but everything that will unite humankind as one is an external threat, aka aliens.
Yeah.
So it's
Yep.
same kind of thought.
100%. All right, so just quickly, let's hear what he has to say about this theory. I don't think it's a new theory. Oh, and just to go back to the Bible, even the Bible says that God created the Word, right? And the Word is the world, or something like that. I'm not saying it exactly, but there's an importance of the Word,
Mhm.
and how the universe was created. So think about that too, about language.
There is something deeply intuitive or deeply unintuitive about this. There's a deep intuition that our language is in concert, is completely embedded with everything else, that when we are talking about things outside of language. So this is a very radical thesis, that language has this property, and that it, in fact, what is happening inside of us is, in some ways, an autonomous informational system that isn't actually the same one as the rest of our cognitive architecture. One way to think about this is that culture itself has been planted within us, this informational system that's running. And for better or for worse, it is driving a lot of our behavior, but it isn't quite the same thing as the thing that feels, the thing that cares in some ways. So that's part one of the thesis, which you might think, well, that's enough. And indeed, that I think that is leads to a dramatically different, almost existential view of certainly of knowledge and its place in our lives. But there's another piece with this, because not only is language auto-generative, there's something special about the way that the models do this generation. So the models do this thing called autoregression, which is a word you'll hear me say a lot if you hang out with me. And autoregression is this particular way of doing prediction, where what you do is you take a sequence, let's say the sequence, the cat sat on the, you can guess the next word, maybe it's Matt. That's a popular ending, but there's other possible endings to that. So you might say you're predicting what that next word is. What you can do, what we do in autoregression is you take a sequence and then you produce the next most likely token or a word. We can just call it a word. And then you feed that back into the system, and it's recursive. So let's say it's the cat sat on the mat, and then what? Well, I don't know. And then it got up and it walked around and rubbed against my leg or something like that. This is all a reasonable sequence that could come after the cat sat on the. Now, what these models are doing, and this is a really important and astonishing point, is they are not thinking directly about the rest of that sequence. They are only ever doing the very next word, the very next token, as it's called. My thesis is that we are doing the very same thing. What we are doing in our minds, in our brains, is the same kind of computation. We are simply guessing the next token. And then we're taking that token, when we hear it, it goes back into our own loop. And then we're saying, well, now there's a sequence with another word. The cat sat on the mat. And then what's next? And we say, okay, then the cat sat on the mat and then we say, okay, the cat sat on the mat and what's next? And we do this over and over again. So what's magical about this is that even though we are, the models, I should say, are only doing this next token generation, there's something I call the pregnant present. In the process of guessing that very next token, they're taking into consideration all of the past and also the likely future. It has to project this kind of trajectory. It's like when let's say you're doing a dance or you're walking. You have to take the next step with the knowledge that that next step is going to lead to a next step. And computationally, this leads to this sort of miraculous ability for these models to plot out very long range kinds of narratives, responses. It can seem like, oh, how could it be only the next token? But yet it is. And what this does is it leads to a possible theory of not only human language generation, but cognition more generally. Because what it provides is a very efficient and simple, elegant theory of what the brain is doing. The brain is computing this function over and over again. It's just computing the function of what's the next cognitive token. Given what's happened right up till this moment and the recent past, what should I do next? Then when you do that, that goes back into the loop and you proceed from there. And so this leads to, in some ways, a radically different view of what cognition really is. It, for example, leads to a completely different perspective of what memory is. Memory is not encoding of sequences. We don't actually have somewhere stored in our brain events that took place or something some fact that we've learned. What we actually have stored is just the capacity to auto-regressively generate. If I ask you a question, what did you do last summer? And you say, well, I went to this place, or you start imagining yourself, jumping off of a cliff or something like that. What you're doing, according to this theory, is you're in real time, just in time, taking that question, that prompt, generating the very next output from that, and then running from there. What did I do last summer? Well, and then you continue to generate. And so that really leads to a completely different perspective on what memory is.
Fascinating. I mean, it's a long interview, and you guys should definitely look into it more. This theory, makes a lot of sense. And LLMs and AI and generative AI is like proof of this, right? How it can actually do it. And it just begs the question, like, what is language then? And I mean, I don't know if it's a mystery how language occurred. I mean, not really. We always needed to communicate, and we use sounds or whatever. But like what you just said is like in the past, it looks like we were more about the subconscious mind and symbolism, and which then goes into psychic abilities, and it was a different way of communicating. So it's interesting why we went this route, or maybe who pushed us this route.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
for a specific reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really good way to really good frame to put it in.
it's like a program. Like we were meant then to, because eventually, and we can see it out of this civilization. Obviously, AI is going to be created, right?
Mm-hmm.
So weird. Like that was our mission. Rogan says that, not in this way, but he says that too. He feels like that's been our mission, is to give birth to AI. And many transhumanists say that as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so yeah, we are going a bit over, aren't we?
So we'll save this for another episode.
Okay.
This might be worth doing a full deep dive on, because I've never heard of this, and I'm actually really interested because Dyatlov Pass is one of my favorites. It's a very interesting story, and this is a different incident. The
But it's the same thing, I guess, right? Same
Hamar Daban incident.
Yeah.
But way weirder.
But the same thing, like where their eyes, blood from their nose and mouth, and nothing, basically out of nowhere, right? These things started happening to them.
And unlike Dyatlov, there was no environmental trigger, no snow, no avalanche, no freezing, just rain and mist.
I wonder if they were near, what year was this? 1993? A group of hikers said 1999.
Yeah.
I don't think the Russians were testing nukes or something back
I think
then.
that's one of the theories that's discussed.
Okay.
But I would love to dive deep into this
Hamar Daban. Okay. We'll look into that. We can't go through this as well, but this whistleblower, he's not really, well, he is, but James Martinez, he's saying that there's an extinction level event. Basically he's linking it to AI though. AI and mind control. And
I mean, it's not that far-fetched, honestly. We're at that point.
Yeah, and that we need to claim sovereignty of our minds, basically. He said that California passed some laws about this, that you can retain, it's your right to retain your own personality. But he's saying that all these tools like Palantir, and they're using these things to recreate people, and it's pretty scary, the interview.
Well, should check that out. I love being scared.
But good on California for doing that. I don't think any other state cares about that.
They gotta offset some of their bad policies with good ones.
Yep, exactly. And all right, so we can quickly do politics. GOP shuts down House floor to avoid Epstein vote.
Yeah, I mean, I made a joke at the top of the show, which is going to be released first, the Epstein files or the UFO files, and I'm not convinced either one is ever going to be released. It looks like obviously Trump is on the Epstein list. Republicans are doing everything they can.
Right.
Republicans are doing everything they can to not get this list released. I'm not saying that the Democrats are innocent either, because they had 4 years to do all of this stuff, and of course they did a whole lot of nothing.
Yep. And then he's Trump recently. He has switched now. He's not saying don't ask about this anymore. He's now back on the side of I'm going to be transparent, but he's less than a minute. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to say is that Todd is a great attorney, but you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
Can you maintain you did not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday?
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot. All you have to do is take a look at the dossier, the fake dossier. Everything's fake with that administration. Everything's fake with the Democrats. Take a look at what they just found about the dossier. Everything is fake. They're a bunch of sick people. Where did you see the people laying outside?
Right across your door.
He's so funny. I mean, look, I know he's a liar, and he can't be so horrible.
He knows how to deflect. He knows
you
how to
should be
deflect.
talking. Yeah, exactly. He's saying you should be talking about this. You should be talking about, like, basically, don't talk about me. Yeah. Talk about this. Talk about Larry Summers. He said the hedge fund guys. He used to sleep there. He said they used to sleep at the house. You should be talking about Clinton.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you know, this last week he's been going off about Obama and Russiagate. You know,
Yeah. You
it's
sent me
just,
that picture.
again,
Yeah.
it's just to deflect against all the Epstein stuff going on.
Absolutely. This
We
though, I
all,
found. Yeah, I sent this to you, didn't I?
I don't. Actually, no, I don't think so. I haven't seen
Okay.
this.
I think this is from this morning. Truth Teller on X saying LeBron James and Shaquille O'Neal caught on Epstein Island surveillance footage.
I was just
Like,
following orders. Where'd that quote come from?
I don't know what this guy's talking about. Like, what? The video, allegedly recovered from an encrypted server seized during the 2019 FBI raid of Epstein's properties, was quietly circulated among federal agents before being leaked to a dark web forum over the weekend. It shows clear surveillance footage of LeBron James and Shaq. Most disturbingly, one moment appears to show LeBron whispering, "I don't ask questions, I just follow orders." What? Moments later, Shaq allegedly laughs and responds, "As long as it doesn't make headlines."
I don't know.
What the fuck?
It wouldn't surprise me that if every single person over, you know, like net worth over like $10 million was involved with Epstein at some
Yeah,
point. But
right,
this
yes.
is a little bit LeBron James in a dress.
And you know, all these guys have handlers, I mean, or
Yes.
managers. So they tell you, sorry, you have to do this if you want to get this contract, or be
Right.
here, or get this, you know. So they make them go through this maze kind of thing.
Mhm.
And yeah, and they're obviously, it helps them not speak out about political issues. They don't want
I
them to
mean,
speak out
it's
about.
not to bring up Britney Spears again, but I'm going to bring her up again. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah,
same kind of
yeah.
thing where, hey, you want to get this deal, you want to make this record, you want to be this famous, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
You know, you got to hang out with Epstein and rape a bunch of little kids for some reason.
Or at least that's one of the things they have to do, right? To join the club. You know, if you want to join the club, is what you have to do.
Yep.
That's what it seems like.
It definitely seems that way.
All right. We can get some comedy instead of the black pilling.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
So David Cross talked about yeah, I know, but this is easy. Did you listen to this clip though?
I did not listen to this clip, but
Okay.
I'm not a huge David Cross fan.
I know. Yeah, he's from Arrested Development, right? The guy.
Yes, he is, but
Okay.
he is just a bleeding heart liberal and is obnoxious about it.
Oh, I didn't know that. But this is a funny clip. He's talking about the whole fool me once, shame on you. Oh, shame on me. Yeah, whatever. That one.
Yeah,
Fool me once.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Well, that'd be me again. I mean, I just said fool me twice, shame on me, so I should have been. Fool me 4 times. Well, that's definitely me because I just said the 3 and the 2. So now it's 4 times. Fool me 5 times? Fool me 5 times. Well, that's you, because I don't know why. I mean, why are you fooling me 5 times? I don't get it. It's not funny. Does that make you feel like a big man? Well, let's fool the comedian 5 times. You know, fool me 6 times? Well, see, that's the problem with illegal immigration. You can't, you know, fool me 7 times? Fool me 7 times. That's the media not doing its job, people. The liberal, left-wing, Jew-run media getting in there and letting you be fooled. Fool me 8 times. Fool me 8 fucking times? Well, that's why you need a drink testing kit at all times, okay? Because then you get fooled. Fool me 9 times? Fool me 9 times. Wait, don't tell me the Jews aren't involved. Sorry, they are. They are. The pro-Israel lobby, and fool me 10 times? Fool me 10 fucking times? What am I, an American Indian? How the hell did I get fooled?
And he's Jewish, isn't he? It's funny he brought up.
Very much so.
All right, so it's funny that he brought up the Jewish media and then the Israel lobby, unless he's just
Well,
being a
that's
dick. He's being a dick.
Never mind.
Oh, no. All right. No, do it. Say it. What?
No, I mean that's what Jewish people do is they always go,
All
oh,
right. Yeah.
the
So
Jews
I
control the
misunderstood it.
media.
Right. I misunderstood it. Yep. Okay. You're right.
Now this has been in the going through the rounds this week.
So
I mean,
tell us what's happening here. Maybe. So Biden did Hunter Biden did an interview with someone,
yeah.
right? And he just went out?
He just went off. He went completely nuts. He was making not making fun of. He called out George Clooney, called him an idiot or something. Like, you know, he went off on the Democrats. Like he was clearly he's probably on meth or something. He went off in this entire interview.
But this is just a small part, and it's so funny. I haven't watched the whole thing. I want to know badly. Because if he said all that, it's hilarious.
Oh no, he went completely off the rails.
All right, cool. So this one is specifically to crack cocaine.
Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar, cocaine, and baking soda. The only difference between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate. Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine for real. Crack cocaine. But anyway, my point about it, your point about it, which I think is true, is crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably. People think of crack as being dirty. It's the exact opposite. That's all.
Oh, that's great.
You
Great
should see some of the other clips that he was spouting off. Maybe I'll try and send them to you later this evening. But he went nuts. I mean, yeah, he was
none are under
talking
here.
Talking shit on the Democratic Party, talking shit on George Clooney. I mean, he really he held nothing back.
I strongly support Hunter Biden to continue talking and giving interviews.
Everybody around him. I have opinions, but fuck him. Fuck him and everybody around him. I don't have to be fucking nice. Number one, I agree with Quentin Tarantino. Fucking George Clooney is not a fucking actor. He is a fucking I don't know what he is. He's a brand. And by the way, and God bless him. You know what? He supposedly treats his friends really well. You know what I mean? Buys them things. And he's got a really great place in Lake Como. And he's great friends with Barack Obama. Fuck you. What do you have to do with fucking anything? Why do I have to fucking listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his fucking life to the service of this country and decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the fucking New York Times to me and James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 fucking years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of fucking David Axelrod. And David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior fucking speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40, $50 million off the Democratic Party. They're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times, how to pass more legislation than any president in history, how to have a better midterm election than anybody in history, and how to garner more votes than any president that has ever run. And they're going to replace their judgment for his. Not to mention, who's Jake Tapper's audience? Jake Tapper, mom or something? I don't know. Well, I don't know. For real though, I don't even think it's your mom anymore. No. By the numbers, what influence does Jake Tapper have over anything? He has the smallest audience on cable news, and beyond that, I think that the book is right now on Amazon that he put out. I mean, his ratings just went to shit after he put the book out. You know, they did a 2-week infomercial.
Dude, I don't know why I love Hunter Biden. I don't know why.
I sure
know
don't. I mean, this guy was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Was given millions of dollars, put on the board.
Well, yeah. When you put in that context, yes. But I mean, like, when I see stuff, when he does stuff like this, I mean, all this crazy stuff he does, I don't know why it humanizes him. Like, he doesn't act like an elitist, though. You know?
Yeah, man. I always smoke crack and have sex with hookers and then post some pictures on Facebook. I do that shit all the time. That totally
that's not what No, it's not. Oh man. All right, let's watch this one. The future of television.
Oh, this is terrible because this hits so close to home because this is 100% true.
Yeah, and It could easily be the future of TV.
Sorry, I am late. Did I miss anything?
No. The exit commercial just started.
Exit commercials.
Oh no, what's happening?
Yeah, it's frozen on my
This
screen.
program is
There we
brought
go.
to you by McDonald's. What's your favorite thing about McDonald's?
My favorite thing about McDonald's is how the Ronald McDonald House charity supports communities all across the world.
My favorite thing about McDonald's is how their story of franchising is really the quintessential story of American excellence.
I like their fries. They used to be better. I watched a short doc about how they got rid of all the trans fats. So I like the fries. What's going on?
This is one of those new TVs where you have to say something nice about the brand for the show to come back on.
We get 3 chances though, so don't worry about it. Just get it right this time. Here we go.
This program is also brought to you by Staples. What makes Staples your favorite office supply store?
Favorite? This is a little presumptive, isn't it?
Miles, stop insulting the brands.
I'm not insulting the brands. I haven't seen one in a while. When was the last time you saw one? Are they even still around anymore?
Of course, Staples is your best bet for back-to-school bargains.
Is it listening to us?
No, Miles, it's the one appliance in the room that's not listening to us.
Your program quality has been reduced to 480p.
Oh, that's so low.
Why don't we just turn it off? We don't need this feature to stream free?
It's not free. We pay for this.
Yeah, we only have one more shot at it, buddy. Come on, we got to watch her.
You pay.
Lock in. Here we go.
Walmart.
God, I can't say it. That's a tongue twister.
Broken eye contact detected. Broken eye contact detected.
It's watching us too?
Wait.
Broken
That was
eye
strike 3.
contact detected.
Okay, we got to bounce back with bonus Baja Blast.
Broken eye
Bonus Baja Blast, Miles. Come on, lock in. Drink. Drink.
Broken
Right,
eye
okay.
contact detected. Broken eye contact detected. Broken eye contact detected.
Oh my God! God, how are you guys drinking this so fast? Oh, that tastes like acid.
No, it's I like it.
Did you take that out of your couch?
Bonus Baja Blast accepted.
Thank you.
Oh, it's really good.
Holy Miles, buddy. That was our last Baja Blast bonus, man. We got to get it right this time, okay?
Listen, I'll just go. I'm just gonna leave, all right?
No. Miles, you wouldn't make it to the front door. You're in this now.
What does that mean?
Miles, listen to me, okay? I'm going to say something to you, and I swear to God I'm not being a dick. I'm trying to tell you something that's going to save your life. Not everything is about you.
Yeah, we want to watch TV.
Hey, the time for popcorn is over, my friend.
Well, I really like popcorn.
So tell it to the TV.
Today's program is brought to you by Orville Redenbacher Popcorn. Do you like Orville Redenbacher Popcorn?
Yes, I like Orphan Redenbacher popcorn.
Error. Sarcasm alert detected.
What? What are you talking about? It's literally in my mouth.
La la la, I can't hear you.
Oh, God, it's gone rogue.
Miles, you blew it, Miles. What is wrong?
Oh, Miles.
You blew it. It went wrong. Hey, stop. Look, we can reset it. We're fine. We can reset it. I told you. Everything is going to be fine. I'll just push the TV.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be fine. We can just reset it. Whoa. Guys, help me. Come on. Whoa. Oh, my God. Come on, help me. Is it over?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait.
Hey.
Right in the corner.
Oh my God.
1 in a million. What else is on?
What else is on?
Dude, this is
That's
every
so
time I
mean.
see an ad, like whether it's YouTube or just on TV or scrolling through Reddit, like this is what I think of is like,
Yeah.
pretty soon you won't be able to close your eyes. Otherwise the ad won't play. Like I'm really scared of this future.
Dude. Yeah, and that's the thing with comedies. Like they try to wake us up to things that are coming that are horrific, but they're trying to be funny about it. The thing
Right.
is with comedy, I feel like it deflates the issue.
Yeah, a little
It's
bit.
it's like a punching bag, because you and me who are awake to it and see it, we're like, haha, it's hilarious. And then,
Most people are like, ha ha ha, next channel.
yeah. I
Next
don't even-
thing.
Don't think about it really.
Must
deeply.
consume.
But yeah, I mean, we are entering a scary world.
It really is,
know?
man. I
Yeah.
don't like it. I don't like all the ads everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah. It is everywhere. AI is everywhere, and targeting is everywhere, and and it's because it's money. It's all about money.
That's
And
that's
gen-
always what it comes down to is
yeah.
qui
So
bono, who gets the money?
I mean, if you the greatest business plan is like, oh, I can mind control everyone to buy my product. Great. Like
Exactly.
I don't have to create a better product than someone. I don't have to compete. Oh, awesome. I'll just mind control them.
Yeah, shit. I mean, I think Apple is a really good example of this. Like they went like I watched a really good video on YouTube talking about the death of culture and how
Mhm.
like you can look at the 60s and you go, oh, like
Yeah.
if you look at a picture of the 60s without even
Mhm.
being told the date, you go, oh, that's the
The
60s. I can tell
60s,
by the
yeah.
clothes, I can tell
Yep.
by the cars. Same thing with the 70s, 80s,
Mhm.
90s, even the
Mhm.
2000s. But then you get the 2010s,
That's it.
2020s, and you
Yeah.
just go like, I don't like this is all the same.
Yeah.
It's all uniform. Like, and I think the iPhone is a great example. Like, what revolutionary thing have they done? They keep doing stupid things like, oh, we're going to remove the earphone jack. But they haven't, it's still a rectangle. It's
Yeah.
still the same interface. Like, what
I
have
mean,
they done that's so revolutionary? I mean, we went from those desktop PCs to the Apple computer, which was like a jelly bean thing.
mhm.
Um, to
Smartphone.
we even got like iPads,
Mhm.
and then now it's just the iPhone is the iPhone is the iPhone
Right.
is the
And then
iPhone
and
is
then
the
VR
iPhone.
sets, and then yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I think that's a great point. You can always tell culturally and how people were dressed and even their haircuts from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Once you hit 2000s, that's it. It just all blends together, or it's the same, and nothing has changed much. And you know, I would say it's 2001 that did it, because it's
Yep.
pre 2001 and post 2001. And once our freedoms and just human freedoms have been subverted or stopped, or I think that just halted civilization, and we're still stuck in this.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, that's what I
And
would say.
then we were slowly starting to squeak out of it, and then COVID happens.
Right, right, exactly. Whenever we kind of get some glimpse of light, something cracks down on us, and
Mhm.
just further entrenches this system, right? This national security, just tyrannical system that just gets
Absolutely.
more and more tyrannical. But we don't want to leave this on a black pill, but we are trying to wake you up and know that this agenda is trying to become successful, but the more we know about it, the more it won't, I think.
Yeah. Like I always say, there's the 80-10-10 rule. Don't be part of the 80. That's all I have to say.
Exactly. Join our side.
Yeah. Be the traditional sense of woke.
Leave. I love. Oh yeah, like we can have like a new agenda or organization, like leave the 80, something like that.
Love it.
All right, cool. So
So
that
we
was
want to
fun.
that was a lot of fun. We hope you enjoyed our episode about the Men in Black. Obviously, there's a lot more. We basically just scratched the surface, the tip
Yeah,
of the
definitely.
iceberg, all
Yeah.
of those fun sayings. If you really want to creep yourself out, go ahead and deep dive into the Men in Black yourself, because they scary, y'all.
They are, y'all, and I think why the Y Files did an episode, right, on the Men in Black as well,
I
or just
think
Was it
so.
just Bender? Maybe it was just Bender.
I can't remember. But go ahead and head over. We always advertise his
Yeah,
show. He's not throwing
free
anything back
free
our way.
advertising. No, he's not. Absolutely not.
Go ahead and check out the Y-Files. Great podcast, well produced. He clearly has the money to produce a great show. We're doing this for free.
Yep, and love it.
And we absolutely love it. I'm not saying that out of bitterness. I'm saying that out of just to show how much we care about the stuff that we're talking about.
Exactly, and we love to talk about, and we share so many shows and so many accounts, and we link them as well. No one's paying us to link them. Those are all free links for them. So yeah, we're all about the truth and about getting this information out there, and for people to think differently.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Adam and I, we've thought differently for a very long time, which is why we got together to create this podcast. And
Right.
hopefully we're attracting like-minded individuals.
Exactly. Agreed. And it's not easy to find like-minded individuals on many of these issues. Although it's growing, I can see that.
It is growing. If you want to find someone with like-minded, the same kind of beliefs as you, just I recommend going down the street, just screaming your beliefs at everyone.
Yeah,
as they walk
getting in a
by.
car. Yeah, getting on a car and getting on the loudspeaker.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Call to our listeners. Put this. Get in your car, plug in your phone or whatever. Put this show on full blast. Roll down your windows.
God.
And just drive slowly through the neighborhood.
No, please don't.
I want
Or
you
mute,
to.
you can mute me.
No. Don't mute either one of us. Just blast it through the neighborhood. And then when people ask what you're doing, you say, "Hey, listen to the Uncovering Anomalies podcast. You'll know what these two guys are screaming about on their show."
Well, speaking about that, you guys can follow us on X. We're at UAP the podcast. You can find us on all podcasting platforms and video platforms. I've been noticing YouTube has dropped a bit lately. I don't know why. But Spotify is growing. The podcast element is growing. BitChute's always doing well. Hello, BitChute. Rumble's doing well as well. So yes, if you like the show, share it with everyone you think would like the show.
Yeah.
Or put on your social media. Clip. If there are some good clips, why don't you clip them and put them up? That helps as well.
And like I said, drive through your neighborhood with the windows rolled down and the podcast episode blasting.
Or what you said last episode, just give us $1 billion.
Just give us $1 billion.
Yeah, that's all we're asking for.
Yeah. We know you're listening, Elon Musk. Just give us a bill. You can.
Yeah, what's that?
You can spare it, dude. Just give us a bill.
Yeah, it's only like $1 million for him. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Trump change, baby.
Did you say Trump change?
Ooh, I did. Interesting. You know, lots of subliminal speech comes out when people talk. So yeah, I think you caught it there.
Interesting. Well, we want to thank you all so much for listening.
It's not Epstein. All right, now I'm gonna stop.
No, that was good. It was Epstein. Sure. That is. I have a need to know Adam with the terrible puns.
Yes, I know.
I am Topher, and I've never been to Epstein Island. And we will see you all next week.
Yeah, next week, everyone.
Day by day, night by night, where do I stand? Where do I fight? The conspiracy is taking me, and now I'm fighting relentlessly. What's the truth and what's the lie? Will we forever fight and die? We uncover truths and tell you what's the news, what they won't tell you. It's Adam and Topher. We come in peace. Our hunt for the truth will never cease. It's the Uncovering Anomalies podcast. We tell you the UFO news at last. Forgive us for being brief, but the truth never sleeps. Day by day, night by night, where do I stand? Where do I fight? The conspiracy is taking me, now I'm fighting relentlessly. What's the truth and what's the lie? Will we forever fight and die? We uncover truths and tell you what's the news, what they won't tell you. It's Adam and Topher. We come in peace. Our hunt for the truth will never Forgive us for being brief, but the truth never sleeps.